Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone, wherever you're at in the world. Welcome to Last Rounds Baseball's live commentary of the DuPont Professional Baseball League. It is a rare middle-of-the-night game that we're going to provide in North America to our listeners, and it is going to feature the same two clubs as we presented last night. It'll be the Saitama Seibu Lions and the Chiba Lotte Marines. Last night, the Marines stuck 8 runs on the board in the ball game against the Lions. They had jumped them for 2 in the first and 2 in the second and padded their lead later on in the ball game. And then it is a late consolation home run by Takeya Nakamura that got the 1 run on the board for the Lions. And that is where it ended 8-1 last night. Well, tonight's a new night, but the wind looks like it's going to be the same in Chiba. It is going to be a ball game that's going to be impacted, I would think, by the weather in this one. Well, we'll give you the starting lineups. First of all, for the Saitama Seibu Lions, leading off and playing in left field is number 7, Yuji Kaneko. Hitting second and playing shortstop is number 6, Sosuke Genda. Batting third at second base is number 5, Shuta Tonosaki. And the cleanup spot and doing the designated hitting is number 60, Takeya Nakamura. Batting fifth and playing third base is number 10, Ryusi Sato. Batting in the 6th spot and in right field is number 35, Kakuto Wakabayashi. Batting 7th in center field is number 68, Junichiro Kishi. Batting 8th at first base is number 8, Kento Watanabe. And batting 9th and Yuta Koga. And they're going to be sending, the Chiba Lotte Marines are going to be sending James Dykstra to the hill. He's making his 3rd appearance in the NPB. He had 2 innings against the Hawks on April the 4th, and then he got a start that lasted 4 innings against the Buffaloes on May the 1st. Dykstra's worked 6 innings this year. He's given up 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 of which have been earned. He's walked 6 and struck out 6, and he's got himself an ERA of 3.00. And it's your starting lineup for the Lions, and it looks like there's a lot of cloud in the area. I hope we're going to get this one in today. The lights are on, as hopefully that will be able to get this one through. We're anticipating it could be the possibility of rain, but the cloud here at local time, 6 o'clock, very, very cloudy in Chiba. We'll give you the starting lineups at the end of the half inning for the Chiba Ball Club and their starting lineup, but we're going to get this one rolling straight away here as the top of the order will be Kaneko, Genda, and Tonosaki to face the right-handed throwing Dykstra. Again, the Marines are wearing their all-gray uniforms with the CLM lettering on the chest, and the first pitch of the ball game from Dykstra is a fastball that just misses inside for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Had to do a little history on Dykstra. He was originally drafted by the Boston Red Sox at a high school, and he did not sign with the Red Sox. He ended up going to Yavapai College before transferring to Louisiana State University. Fastball misses upstairs, runs the count now to 2-1. 2 balls and 1 strike to Kaneko. And I had to take a look because he played at Cal State San Marcos in 2012. I'm not sure if we ever faced him or played against him. I'll have to take a look at that, as used to be an NAI school. There's a fastball swung on and has popped up behind home plate. Giving chase is the catcher, Sato, and he's going to make the catch up against the screen. And that is going to retire Kaneko. What a play there by Sato. He had to run a long way to have to get that ball, but he was able to catch it just before it hit the screen. It looked like, I wonder if they're going to take a look at this one. But no, I think that's it. That is going to be an out. So that is 1 up and 1 away, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Sosuke Genda. And for Genda on the season, he's hitting .238, no homers and 5 runs driven in. He takes a breaking ball down and away for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Well, you know that at the best of times it is windy in Chiba, and you can see the players' jerseys are blowing all over the place. Fastball misses up and in, and the count now goes to 2-0 on Genda. Dykstra had never made it to the major league level, but he had opportunities with a number of different organizations. But now in his early 30s, he's got a chance to make some money in Japan as that fastball misses down and in, and the count now goes to 3-0. So hopefully he can make it work for him here for a couple of seasons. There's a fastball that misses inside. It's going to be ball 4. That's going to be the first base runner of the ball game as Genda draws himself a 4-pitch walk. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Shuta Tonosaki. That is something to keep a note. Dykstra has walked 6 batters in 6 innings entering tonight's fray. That would be an area of concern, would be the command and control of his pitches. We are here in the top of the first inning between the Lions and Marines. We thank for you who have jumped in to listen today. As we said, it was a sort of a late night decision or an earlier decision of if we're going to do this late night. Here's the first pitch delivered now to the right-handed hitting Shuta Tonosaki. It's a fastball that catches the inside corner for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Defensively for the Marines tonight, from left to right field, it is Kakanaka in left. The center fielder is Oka. In right field tonight, it's Koki Yamaguchi getting the start. Around the horn from first to third, as Dykstra delivers a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-1. It is Neftali Soto at first. The second baseman is Yudai Fujioka. At short, it is Atsuki Tomosuji. The third baseman is Shogo Nakamura, and the battery of Dykstra and Sato. So 1-1 as Dykstra holds set, now delivers. Breaking ball that misses down, but up goes the right hand of the home plate umpire as he felt that Tonosaki had went around, and that runs the count to 1-2. So our friend Sauce up on Twitch jumps in tonight. How you doing? Appreciate you for jumping in here. We are doing pretty good. It's not quite the crowd that they had yesterday, but then, mind you, the Golden Week is over in Japan. There's a fastball swung on. It is lined over the head of the second baseman and into center field, and stopping at second is going to be Genda. And so that's going to put runners at first and second with one gone, and that'll bring up the designated hitter, Takiya Nakamura. And for Nakamura, he is hitting .207 on the year. He's got 4 homers and 6 runs driven in. He had a solo shot in last night's ball game. That was his, as we said, his 4th of the year. And it is going to bring a full-on conference to the mound as they're coming out to check on Dykstra. I don't know if it's just the trainer and the interpreter or something along those lines, but it looks like there's a little bit of concern for his health here. But it looks like that conference is going to be over. He nods and says he's fine. So Nakamura coming to the plate, as we said, with the runner Genda at second and Tonosaki at first. Chiba find themselves in a little bit of trouble here in the first inning as Nakamura steps to the plate. The first pitch is a fastball that misses up and in, and the count is quickly 1-0. 13 pitches delivered by Dykstra, and 7 of them have been for balls. So as we said, an area of concern here for the right-hander early on. Here's the pitch. Fastball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-0 on Nakamura. Nakamura, a good fastball hitting player, and he's been a long-time player in the NPB. He began his first season way back in 2003, all with the Saitama Seibu Lions. Here comes the 2-0. Fastball misses down. It's now 3-0 to Nakamura. In his heyday, Nakamura was able to a number of times exceed 30-plus home runs. In fact, the high watermark for him, at least by our accounts, was 48 homers back in the 2009 and 2011 season, as that fastball is taken for a called strike. The count is now 3-1. Number of occasions he had cracked the 30 home run mark, and with last night's home run, he had reached the 475 home run plateau in the NPB. And if memory serves me correct, he is 11th on the all-time list. Fastball swung on, grounded to third. They go to second for 1, back to first. That's going to be an inning-ending double play. So Dykstra able to wiggle his way out of a jam, as that goes in the books 5-4-3. And in the inning, there was no runs. There was a hit. There was no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard We're through a half inning. Your score is the Lions 0, and the Marines coming to bat. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the bottom of the first inning when we return after this. Appreciate y'all for jumping in late night with us on the Last Drafts Baseball YouTube channel. Hang tight. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. We appreciate you guys for jumping in late night with us. Our friend Nick said just got home from work, had a slice of pizza, and now he's ready to listen to some Japanese baseball. Well, we're glad you are with us. I don't know if we'll have a large crowd or a soft crowd. We're not sure yet. But this will be the prelude to some of the games that we're going to be doing in another couple of weeks' time, featuring the interleague play, as we'll try to get the interleague stuff during the middle of the week. Well, Bob Takahashi takes to the hill for the Saitama Seibu Lions, as he's going to be facing the top of the order in Oka, Fujioka, and Kakanaka. We didn't give you the batting order for the Marines, so we will do that as the inning progresses here. As Takahashi ready to get going as he rocks into the windup and delivers. The first pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside for a ball. Oka leads it off. He followed by Fujioka in the 2 spot. Kakanaka hits third. Soto is in the cleanup spot with Polanco hitting 5th. 6th is Sato. 7th is Nakamura. 8th is Yamaguchi. And 9th is Tomosuji. And there's a fastball swung on it. It has popped up in the infield. And this is going to be an adventure. Shuta Tonosaki having to race over and make the catch over behind first base. And that is going to retire Oka for the first out of the inning. So 1 up and 1 away. As we mentioned at the top of the stream, the wind is blowing like crazy in Chiba. So if you think of San Francisco and the way it plays in Major League Baseball, multiply that by about 10, and that's what you have with the Chiba Lotte Marines and their field at the Sozo Marine. So 1 gone as Takahashi delivers first pitch breaking ball that misses inside to Fujioka, and the count is 1-0. Takahashi picked up his first NPB win in his career as the pitch is a fastball swung on and grounded through the 4-hole into right field. And Fujioka is aboard with a single, and that is going to bring up the left fielder, Katsuya Kakanaka. Takahashi got his win in his last start. He's appeared in 2 ball games this year. He's got a record of 1-1. He had made his first 55 appearances over the last couple of years out of the Lions bullpen. And now he's been transitioned as a starter, the 27-year-old who was born in Brazil, but has the Japanese heritage. Has pitched fairly well, 11 innings in his first 2 appearances. He's allowed 6 hits. He's walked 3, struck out 5, and he's got an ERA of 1.64. As the first pitch is coming here to Kakanaka, and the pitch is a fastball swung on. It's going to be lined into left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. And the Marines have something brewing now, much like the Lions did in the first inning. They've got 2 on and 1 out. That's going to bring up the first baseman, Neftali Soto. Well, for Soto, he's hitting .261 on the season. He's got 3 homers and 12 RBIs. He homered in last night's ball game. And he had a couple of other blasts in the game last night that were knocked down by the wind. The home run that he did hit was to the opposite field, and it was able to just hug the foul pole down the right field line. The other two blasts looked like he maybe had something more in them, but the wind just knocked them right down as they were hit to deep left field. So he bats here with runners at first and second and one gone. Takahashi in some early trouble here like his counterpart Dykstra was. As the right-hander kicks and delivers a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and one strike to to Soto. Kakanaka is the runner at first. Fujioka is the runner at second. As Takahashi leans in, gets the sign from his catcher Koga. Checks the runners, now delivers. Fastball swung on and fouled away down the first base side, and the count now goes to 0-2. Defensively tonight for the Lions, from left to right field, it is Kaneko in left. The center fielder is Kishi, and in right it is Wakabayashi. Around the horn from first to third, Watanabe is at first. The second baseman is Tonosaki. Genda's the shortstop, and the third baseman Sato. With the battery of Takahashi and Koga. Here comes the 0-2 pitch as the right-hander kicks and fires. Fastball misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 1-2 on Soto. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Koga comes out and flashes some signs. Not sure what he's doing there. Got 1 ball and 2 strikes on the hitter. But he had some communication for his defense. Certainly Soto is not a bunt candidate, one would have to think. So especially with 2 strikes, here comes the 1-2 pitch. As it's on its way, it's a breaking ball swung on and lifted foul into the seats over on the first base side. The count now goes to, or still is 1-2 to Soto. Gregory Polanco waits his turn on deck. It's a tough middle part of the order for the Marines. As long as they can start setting the table, there is run producers that can come to bat. As we mentioned in last night's ball game, Soto, who had spent the first number of years in his career with Yokohama, is now starting to enjoy his time in Chiba. He's just starting to get it going. Here comes the pitch from Takahashi. Breaking ball misses down. Good discipline there by the veteran hitter. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Back on the airwaves on the weekend. We'll post up our schedule and let you know who we're going to be covering and when we're going to be doing those games. So hopefully you guys can join us for that as well. A little undecided on who we're going to knock off on the weekend, but once we pick off our schedule, we'll be sure to share that with everybody. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Fastball misses inside. The count now goes to 3-2 on Soto. Certainly don't want to let Soto get on and then have to face Gregory Polanco with the bases loaded. Lions are a ball club that are firmly in last place in the Pacific League. They trail the Eagles by 2.5 games. Marines are in third place. They sit 5.5 back of the Hawks. As Takahashi steps off the backside of the rubber, and they'll cycle through the signs again. So the right-hander works himself to the set position. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a split-finger pitch. Swung on and missed. That's a big strikeout. Soto goes in the books for the second out of the inning. That's going to bring up the designated hitter, Gregory Polanco. That was a pretty good pitch there by the right-hander Takahashi. That ball just fell right off the table. It was about a thigh-high fastball, or at least that's probably what it looked like to Soto. If he would have held off on that one, it probably would have been ball 4. Well, runners at first and second, bringing Polanco to the plate, who's hitting .241. He's got himself 5 homers and 11 RBIs. He gets the start as the DH tonight. He is definitely an entertaining outfielder, as his days of what I would call solid defense are probably well behind him, as that breaking ball is taken for a called strike. He had some interesting routes to the ball in last night's ball game, and we saw him in the affairs against the Eagles, and we would say something similar as well when he was out in the outfield. So no balls and one strike as the big fella here waiting on the offering from Takahashi. Takahashi checks the runner, now delivers. Fastball misses upstairs, and the count goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. It's not quite the weekend crowd, but we are appreciative of those who do make it in here for the live stream. Middle of the night North America time. Usually on the weekends or the day games, we get a lot of folks coming in. But it is a late night. It is 2:18 Pacific, 5:18 Eastern. And if you're joining us late, we appreciate you guys as well. There's a fastball swung on, grounded over to first, fielded neatly by the first baseman, Watanabe, and that is going to end the threat. That's going to go down as a ground out to 3 for out number 3. But the Marines threaten, but they don't score as well. No runs in the inning. There were a pair of hits, no errors, and 2 runners left aboard. Now through 1 complete, your score is the Lions nothing and the Marines nothing. Hang with us, everybody. We'll be back in just a few for inning number 2 right after this. Welcome back, everybody. We had some problems with our internet as it had gone down. And so, unfortunately, or I guess fortunately now for us, we are back up and running. But we're going to have to try to get you guys back dialed into this one here. We were heading to the second inning as the score was as the score at this point in time was 0-0. And so we are just going to try to pick up, as it does look like it is going to be the Lions who are out on defense, the Marines, or is it the Marines out on defense and the Lions coming to bat? We're just taking a quick peek here to get ourselves caught up. Looks like it is James Dykstra on to throw here, or is it not? No, this is Bo Takahashi. So we are moving to the bottom of the second inning. And we'll try to get you some of that information of what had happened in the top of the inning. It looked like it sent 4 hitters to the plate. No, maybe not. We're trying to get this taken back in here before we can get this rolling again. Apologize to everybody here. Second inning, Sato struck out. And then it was a base hit from Owakabayashi. Kichi grounded out to second. And a strikeout for Watanabe had ended the innings. So that is where we stood there. So Takahashi ready to go as he is facing the left-handed hitting Sato, who takes a first pitch for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Sato, Nakamura, and Yamaguchi here in inning number 2 for the Marines. As we said, once again, we apologize for the internet going sideways. Thing just sort of went right down. There's a fastball that is taken for a called strike. The count is 1-1 to Sato. So for those of you who stuck around with us, we appreciate you for being here. But now we're back in business. There's a fastball swung on. It's chopped over to second, and it's going to be past the glove of the second baseman, Tonosaki. And it's going to be into center field. Sato continues his hot ways as he's got himself a leadoff single here in the second inning. And that is going to bring up the third baseman, Shogo Nakamura. So we get caught up on our innings. We're in bottom of inning number 2. As we said, unfortunately, not really sure why that was. Nothing, it all went down. We had to do a full system reboot, and now we're back in business. So Shogo Nakamura stepping to the plate. He's batting 198 on the season. He's got no homes and 4 RBIs. He has been swinging the bat better in the last few games as he is approaching the proverbial Mendoza line as the right-hander works him to the set position. And here's the pitch. Fastball misses upstairs, and the count is 1-0 to Nakamura. We knew we were in trouble in that half inning when we were trying to get our in-between inning videos to play, and nothing was going on, and then everything just went kaboom. So 1 ball and no strikes to Nakamura, the runner at first, Sato. Here comes the pitch. Fastball misses upstairs, and the count now goes to 2-0. There is some scoring around the NPB tonight already, as there are 3 other games going on. The other game in the Pacific League is between the Fighters and the Hawks. It is 1-0 Fighters. It's in the second inning, and the Carp have the lead over the Tigers at the Cochin, 1-0. It's in the bottom half of the second. No score between the Dragons and the Giants. That's in the top of the second inning. So here comes the 2-0 pitch as Takahashi works himself set. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and now the count goes to 2-1. Nakamura swung at ball 3 there. That pitch was a breaking ball that was down and away, but he couldn't hold off the pitch. Sato was the runner on the move there, so maybe it was hit and run in that situation, so he was trying to protect his runner. Interesting that they'd put the catcher in motion. He's not the most fleet of foot. So 2 balls and 1 strike it is to Nakamura as he waits here on the offering from the righty Takahashi. And here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded softly to short. They go to second for 1. Back to first, not in time as Nakamura still has enough wheels to beat it out. It's going to go down as a fielder's choice, 5-4 to erase Sato at second. He's gone for the first out of the inning, and Nakamura now becomes the runner at first. So that brings to the plate Koki Yamaguchi, the right fielder in this evening's ball game. As he is getting the nod, that is hitting .214 on the year with a couple of homers and 8 RBIs. Look at some of the numbers in the lineup. There are some disappointing seasons upon us, and one of them would be Yamaguchi's start. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed, and then is quickly 0-1. Sometimes you look at players and you say how they progressively get better year in and year out, and some players sort of find their way and end up a little bit stalled. And then you look at other players and you say, I think they've been declining. And their best year was maybe their first year, and then so on and so forth. Well, can't know if I say that about Yamaguchi. He's hit .237 and .235 the last couple of years. Fastball taken for a called strike. The count is now 0-2. But he hit 16 homers in 2022, 14 last year. But his production is down. I think that with having guys like Soto and Polanco in the lineup, you could be protected a little bit. But he is not producing as of yet. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Takahashi delivers. Fastball swung on and missed. And he made easy work of Yamaguchi as he goes down on 3 strikes. And that is going to bring up the shortstop Atsuki Tomosuji. And for Tomosuji, he's entering the game hitting .263 tonight. No homers and 5 runs driven in. That's from the right side here against the right-handed throwing Takahashi. As Takahashi works to the set, here comes the pitch. Kicks and delivers, fastball misses upstairs, and the count is quickly 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Right-hander versus the right-hander. Takahashi leans and gets the sign. He checks the runner at first. Now he kicks and delivers. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded to the left side, fielded by the third baseman, Sato. He throws on the run, and that is going to just nip Tomosuji. He gets down the line in a hurry. Goes as a ground out 5-3 for the third out here. No runs in the inning. They did get another hit. There was no errors, and there was a left aboard. We are now through 2 complete. Your score is the Marines nothing and the Lions nothing. Stick around, everybody. The top of the third is just around the corner. We'll be right back after this. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight, whether you listen live or on delay on the Last Wraps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be back in just a few. Our friend Titus in the house tonight. We welcome you into the stream. It is a rocky start for us, a windy start for this one. As we move to the top of the third inning, James Dykstra on for inning number 3. Had some struggles with his command and the control in the first inning. In the second inning, he struck out 2 of the 3 batters he faced, as he's going to be facing the 9, 1, and 2 hitters in the batting order here in inning number 3. Koga and the top of the order, Kaneko and Genda, to face the right-hander here. First pitch to Koga is a fastball that misses down and away, and the count is quickly 1-0. 34 pitches through the first 2 innings for the American right-hander. Our friend Troy in the house today, and he says, how's the game going? Fastball misses upstairs. The count's now 2-0. There's been some action on the base paths for both of these teams. We lost the internet connection in the top of the second inning. So it was a bit of a rocky part for us as there was a fastball taken for a called strike. It's now 2-1 to Koga. I see the Parker Meadows experiment is over in Detroit as he has been demoted. Friend Troy is a Tiger fan. Fastball swung on and fouled away. The count goes to 2-2. Looks like they've called up Ryan Valade. Place him. Originally, it was thought it might be Akil Baddoo, but those reports were not true. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. As the right-hander delivers, it's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now remains at 2-2 to Koga. Our friend Troy says he has good defense, but needs to get on base to actually utilize that speed. And you're absolutely right. You can't steal first base. When you think of bad numbers, it was bad. He was hitting below 100. There's a fastball that misses up, and the count is now 3-2. Probably over the last week, he was probably saving all the big league meal money that they were on road trips with. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 3-2 to Koga. Not sure what they get today for money. I assume it's in the around the $300 range per day, one would have to think. Used to get reports from the young guys in spring training when they would go with the major league team that they'd be getting quite the buck. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and that's going to be the 3rd walk issued. Checked out the 2nd walk issued tonight by Dykstra. And that puts Koga at first. That's going to bring up the top of the order in Yuji Kaneko. Kaneko 0 for 1 tonight as he popped to the catcher his first time up. Batting from the left side against the right-handed throwing Dykstra. With Dykstra on the hill, no relation as far as we know to Dykstra, although that could be the case. He had an older brother, Alan, who played in the major leagues for the Tampa Bay Rays. Fastball swung on, chop foul past the first base coach's box, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Right-hander Dykstra ready to deal again. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on. Popped foul behind home plate. Count runs to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes to Kaneko. Friend Troy says, if the Tigers could just have league average hitting, they'd be a very good team because the pitching is great. You're absolutely right. I was actually listening to a podcast. There's a podcast that features Kevin Barker, former big leaguer in the Toronto area, and there's a breaking ball that misses outside to Kaneko, and he's on with a fellow named Jeff Blair, and they were talking about the American League Central, American League East. The Blue Jays are in last place in the East, but talking more so about teams like the Tigers, the Guardians, and the Royals, who have done just enough to be competitive, where the Minnesota Twins, one would think, are still the team to beat. Fastball swung on. This ball is going to be looped into center field. It's going to get down for a base hit in front of the center fielder, Oka. And Kaneko is aboard here. It's going to put runners at first and second with nobody out, and it's going to bring Sosuke Genda to the plate. And you'd have to think that Genda is going to be coming up with the all intentions to bunt, as he is a wizard with the bat. So another little conference on the mound with the catcher and the first baseman to talk to Dykstra, and now that's going to bring Genda to the plate. Genda walked his first time up. They're in at the corners. As Genda ready to set himself into the box. And sure enough, he's already showing that he's going to bunt here. There's no secret here. Right-hander Dykstra holds set, now delivers. And is bunted down the third baseline. It's a good one, and it's going to be fielded by the catcher Sato, and he throws to first. Oh, the way that ball was spinning, I think I might have wanted to let that one or take my chances with it going foul. But Sato able to get it fire out. That's going to retire the batter on a sacrifice 2-4. So Genda in the books for the first out. It's going to advance Koga over to third, and Kaneko goes to second. And that is going to bring up the second baseman, Shuta Tonosaki. And for Tonosaki, he is officially 1 for 1 tonight. Single in his only trip as he had the base hit in the first inning. He bats here with runners at second and third and one gone. And here comes the first offering from Dykstra. It's a breaking ball swung on and tap foul over on the third base side. Count is quickly 0-1. I was talking about the podcast that I was watching with regards to the thoughts that they had on the American League Central. And of course, the Central Division, not a strong division. Minnesota Twins, their pitching is not as good as it was last year, but their offense is built to win. Pretty impressive offense. Here comes the 0-1. Fastball swung on and tapped foul behind home plate. The count now goes to 0-2 on Tonosaki. It's a problem that you have sometimes. There's some decisions that you have to make as an organization if you're going to, where you're going to put your eggs in the basket. They let a couple of arms walk away last year, did the Twins. They lost Kenta Maeda to Detroit, and Sonny Gray signed on with the Cardinals. But their backfill of those two, those are hard pitchers to replace. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Dykstra delivers. Breaking ball misses upstairs. The count goes to 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes to Tonosaki. Runner at third is Koga. Runner at second, Kaneko. 1 gone here in the inning. As the Lions are looking to try to punch a run across here against Dykstra. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. He kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on, chopped over to third. They're coming home with it, and the throw to the plate is going to be in time. Koga is going to be gunned down at the plate. Nice play there by Shogo Nakamura. So Koga running on contact. Not maybe the best decision. He's going to be gone for the second out of the inning. It's going to go in the books as a fielder's choice. It's going to go 5-2 on the putout as Koga's gone for the second out of the inning. And advancing over to third is Kaneko with Tonosaki stopping at first. I have to say, though, that was a tough play because the ball was hit right down the third baseline. And if you're the base runner coming down the line with your lead, I don't think he would have had a chance to get back to the bag. He might have run into a tag. So it's a difficult situation. So he had to take off and go. Troy said Sonny Gray is a huge loss. Looks like a Cy Young candidate so far. And he was certainly with the Twins as well. There's a breaking ball that misses down to Takeya Nakamura. Nakamura 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded into a double play his first time up. That ended the first inning. He bats here with 2 gone and runners on the corners. 1 ball and no strikes to Nakamura. Dykstra trying to wiggle his way out of a jam for the second time tonight. So 1 ball and no strikes as the right-hander ready to go again after reaching for the rosin bag and getting some dust out of his eyes. Here comes the 1-0. And the pitch is on the way. Fastball misses upstairs. It's now 2-0. Quite frankly, even though he's a little bit long in the tooth, it is still a concern facing Nakamura. He could put the ball into the seats as illustrated last night. And if you're James Dykstra, you probably want to be careful on how you pitch to him here. You do have an open base, and you've got Ryusi Sato on deck, who has, for all intents and purposes, probably been one of the more consistent hitters for the Lions this year, despite only hitting 241. So 2 balls and no strikes to Nakamura as the right-hander works to the set and the pitch. Fastball swung on, chopped softly over to short, fielded neatly by Tomosuji, throws on one hop to first, and that is going to retire Nakamura on a ground out 6-3, and that is going to do it here for the top of the third inning. There was no runs in the inning. There was a hit. There was no errors, and there were 2 runners left aboard. We are now through 2.5 innings in Chiba. Your score is the Lions nothing and the Marines nothing. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a few. It's time for us to get up and go get ourselves a drink, clear our throat, be ready to bring you guys the back half of this ball game. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few right after this. We got a 0-0 ball game, bottom of the third, just around the corner. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the top of the order. That means Oka, Fujioka, and Kakanaka to face the right-hander Bo Takahashi here in the inning number 3. Our friend Troy says the defense in this league is so good. Runs are hard to come by. I think there's maybe 2 products to that. One is I don't think there's enough hard contact from some of the hitters. As the first pitch breaking ball is taken for a called strike, the count is 0-1. And certainly the players, they make the plays they need to make. They keep it simple. Although I have to say that I don't think that they have the plus arms from the shortstop position across the infield, as that breaking ball is taken for a called strike. The count is 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. So some of the range I would question a little bit. But as I said, just the amount of hard contact that you get, I don't know if it quite measures to what we see elsewhere. There's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count goes to 1-2. But the game can be played in different ways, and the fundamental skills that are impressed upon in the Japanese league, and what I want to say to that is not just the Japanese players, but what they also expect from the North Americans and the Latins, are set to a much higher standard than what we see in North America these days. As that breaking ball is tapped foul over on the third base side, the count remains at 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. And here comes the pitch from Takahashi. That's a fastball swung on. It's going to be lined into left for a base hit. And Oka continues his hot swinging as he's going to be aboard with a leadoff single. He'd homered in last night's ball game and keeps the band playing here tonight with a base hit to lead off the third. So Oka is aboard. That's going to bring Yudai Fujioka to the plate. And Fujioka tonight is 1 for 1. He singled in the first inning, but he was stranded at second. I wouldn't bat an eye that they're going to try to nickel and dime for a run here. Fujioka is somebody who can get bunts down, and this is a position that we might see that here. As Takahashi fires over to first and getting back safely in time is the runner Oka. So here we go again as Fujioka waits. No sign of him squaring to bunt. Usually the pitchers, they like to throw over on that first pitch. That'll signal. There's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and one strike to Yudai Fujioka. It was actually a split finger pitch that hung up in the zone. That was a very dangerous pitch there by Takahashi. Let your split fingers stay up. That could end up in the seats in a big hurry. Here's the 0-1. Fastball just misses inside, and the count goes to 1-1 on Fujioka. Friend Troy says, it feels like bunting is a lost start in the MLB, and probably because of analytics. Yeah, it's definitely a lost start. Hit and runs, bunting, the stolen base. People talked about the bigger bases. There's a ball thrown over to first and diving back is Oka. I'm sure that has a marginal impact, but I think a greater impact would have to be the limit of pick over attempts by the pitcher. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and line foul over the first base side. The count goes to 1-2. Once you've thrown over twice, it's almost a free pass to be able to take the bag at second. And last pitch from Takahashi was a changeup, also up in the zone. A friend, the living room in the house tonight. We welcome you. It is a beautiful morning, I'm sure, in some parts of the country. And the fastball is swung on and fouled away, and the count goes to 1-2. We are swimming north of the 500 line this year with our picks. But tonight we are right now have landed on neither of our selections. And there's a couple of selections that are right now pending, and this would be one of them. Good thing there's only 4 games tonight. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. As Takahashi holds to the belt, pitch on the way. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and this is now starting to turn into a battle with Fujioka. Count remains at 1-2. Friend Troy says, yes, take the under. Last night's ball game, that over fell pretty quick. 4 runs in the first 2 innings, and then they padded the lead, did the Marines in the latter part of the game. And the pitcher again throws over to first base and diving back in time is Oka. We don't do the overs and unders, not in this game, not in this league. Usually the under is the way to go in most cases in the NPB, as runs are at a premium at times. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field. Moving over underneath it and now having to come in is the right fielder Wakabayashi, and that's going to retire Fujioka for the first out of the inning. As we mentioned, I think tonight what's going to happen in this one here is we are going to see the weather play a factor. It is extremely windy and extremely treacherous conditions when the ball gets into flight. We saw that Shota Tonosaki caught a pop-up for the Lions earlier in this one here, and it was definitely taking him for a run. So certainly in this game here, any ball in flight could provide an adventure. Well, that's going to bring Kitsuya Kakanaka to the plate. He is hitting really well this year. Entered the game hitting .425. Had a single in the first inning, and he takes a fastball down for a ball, and the count is 1-0. Kakanaka, the veteran left-handed hitting left fielder, has been drinking from the fountain of youth so far this year. Right-hander against the left-hander. Takahashi gets his sign from Koga. And now he works to the belt. And here comes the 1-0. Fastball, take it for a called strike. And the count now runs even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. We were going to do tomorrow night's game as well, but I think we're not going to have an opportunity to do that. Got an earlier morning than anticipated on Wednesday morning. So we'll be back on the weekend for a couple more games. As the pitch is on the way, it's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Kakanaka. Looking ahead, there is some afternoon games next week. We'll definitely be on the call of the Tuesday afternoon game. Afternoon game Japan time. Not sure about the Wednesday as of yet. I think that one could pose a problem. So 2 balls and 1 strike as the right-hander Takahashi ready to go again. He works himself to the belt. And here comes the pitch. It's a breaking ball swung on, grounded over to the right side. They go to the second for 1, back to first. Inning-ending double play. That's going to go into the books as a 4-6-3 variety. And that will do it here for the Marines in their half of the third. So a third of the game in the books, and we are where we started. It is the Lions nothing and the Marines nothing. No runs in the inning. There was a hit, no errors, and nobody left the board. We are now through 3 complete. Your score is Lions zip, Marines zip. As we said, we'll be back in just a few with all the action. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us tonight. We'll be right back in just a few right after this. Nothing scoreline. We'll be back in just a few with all the action. It is the Lions coming to bat for inning number 4 when we return. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the 5, 6, and 7 hitters to come to bat here for the Lions in their half of the 4th inning. The Ryushi Sato, Gakuto Wakabayashi, and Junichiro Kishi. As Sato is coming to bat here, he has a 241 average with a homer and 11 RBIs. As Dykstra rocks into the windup and delivers a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. 54 pitches for Dykstra through the first 3 innings, as he has not had himself a 1-2-3 inning as of yet. Breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-2. As we said, we lost the top of the 2nd inning as our internet went off the air. Ended up dropping it down. We had to reboot our entire system. As the 0-2 on the way, it's a breaking ball missing down, and the count is 1-2. In that inning, he allowed a hit, and he had a couple of strikeouts. But he has, in the 1st and the 3rd innings, it has been difficult for him here on the mound. He's also been battling, very windy, and he's got something in his eye. He's been struggling to try to clear it out. Even the last inning, there's just so much wind going on. Conditions are not necessarily ideal for any of the players. There's a breaking ball swung on and fouled straight back. Count remains at 1-2. We talked a little bit about Dykstra. I'm going to try to do a little bit of background research on him. As I said, he went to Cal State San Marcos at the end, which is an NAI school. And that was back in 2012. And if I go back and look at some of the history, I'm want to try to find out if he actually had pitched against us at some point in time. He had himself a decent career numbers wise at that school. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball misses outside. The count now goes to 2-2. Looking at some of the historical statistics. We'll see if we end up. We did see Cal State San Marcos. They had one thing that was good about them a number of years ago is they were a very, very strong ball club at that point in time. They were physically strong. They had some big boys who can really swing the bat and hit the ball. As the 2-2 is on the way, it is a fastball swung on and tap foul right at home plate. Count remains at 2-2 to Sato. I have to go back and take a look. Unfortunately, I give a lot of stats for everybody except for what I'm looking for. 2012, your breaking ball misses down, and the count is now 3-2 to Sato. And there's a fastball delivered, and it's swung on and missed. Sato in the books for the first out of the inning as Dykstra blew it by him. So he is gone for out number one, and that is going to bring up the right fielder, Gakuto Wakabayashi. So in 2012, trying to look up the stats for Cal State San Marcos, but we did not play them that year. Or at least it doesn't look like we had played them. We had probably been about 2011, maybe the year before he got there. So no balls and one strike here to Wakabayashi as the pitch on the way from Dykstra is a breaking ball swung on and missed. And now it goes up to 0-2. Trying to do a little crack research, but weren't able to pull that out. Our friend Living Room Sports says Lions Marines under 4.5. Hanshin money line. Yamuri Chinichi is taking the over at 2.5. And the Edmonton Oilers. So there's a fastball that's upstairs that misses, and it's 1-2. Money line, $25 pays $311.02. It's quite the parlay. And here comes the 1-2 pitch. There's a fastball swung on. It's going to be lined into left field. It's going to get down for a base hit. Wakabayashi's second hit of the night. As he singled back in the second, he's got one here. You're going to see a jump in his season average as he entered the game hitting 114. We'll have to see where he's at when he comes up the next time. So that's going to bring up the center fielder, Junichiro Kishi. And for Kishi, he's 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded out to the second baseman his first time up. As we said, that inning, in the second inning, we didn't catch any of the live stuff, so we're just relying off of the reports from the NPB. So here comes the first pitch. It's a breaking ball down. Nice stop there by the catcher, Sato. I have to say, based on what I'm seeing from Dykstra, can't see him being in here long. Maybe he gets to the fifth inning because his last start, he just worked 4 innings. Maybe they'll try to stretch him out. I don't know what his pitch count limit would be, but he's already at 69 here in the fourth. Maybe they try to squeeze one more inning out of him before they turn the ball over to the bullpen. So here comes the 1-0. Fastball swung on, and it's grounded over to short. They go to second for 1. Back to first. It's offline. They apply the tag. They say Soto didn't apply the tag to the runner. I wonder if they'll take a pause and take a look at this one. But that'll be a fielder's choice for sure. It's going to go in the book 6-4 to replace Wakabayashi for the second out. Kishi, with his speed, able to get down the line. We'll get it here. Certainly the throw would have been in time. It was just offline. And as we look at the replay, no, he wasn't tagged. So Kishi is the runner at first now as he replaces Wakabayashi. on that fielder's choice, and that'll bring up the first baseman, Kentaro Watanabe. And the first pitch to Watanabe is swung on, and it's grounded foul just past the diving Nakamura at third base. As they were very fortunate there. That would have been in a lot of trouble if that would have stayed fair. So no balls and 1 strike to Watanabe. Our friend Troy asked the question if we're going to be doing MLB games. That's been planned. We haven't done any yet this year. We've been a little bit silent in that regard. Some of our own time has been busy. As a fastball is spun and missed. The count now goes to 0-2. So we may try to swing a few in and get a couple on the airwaves and surprise people. Usually we like to do the midday games, the matinees. We might try to do some of those. Although I have to say, if I'm going to do interleague play in the middle of the night, we may put the brakes on MLB games. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away. The count is 1-2 to Watanabe. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Right-hander against the right-hander. The 1-2 pitch ready to come. Fastball swung on, another one grounded foul past the bag at third base. And the count remains at 1-2. I wonder if Dykstra can set him up here with a change piece to be able to get him way out in front. He's already ahead. He's already getting around and with a really long swing here. See if we can make it longer if we can get him out in front. Pitch number 75 coming up here for the American right-hander. As Dykstra works himself to the belt. Here comes the 1-2. And the pitch on the way, it's a breaking ball that misses outside. It's now gone to 2-2 on Watanabe. Watanabe does have some power. He is built like his counterpart, Takeya Nakamura. When they used to have Hotaka Yamakawa, rather, it used to look like they had an offensive line that they were putting together. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count now is 3-2 to Watanabe. It's not been an easy series of work here for Dykstra. He's had to battle. Has not had any 1-2 innings, 3 innings. He's had to really grind, as I would say. As the 3-2 pitch is ready to be served here to Watanabe. Right-hander works to the set, checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch. Fastball taken for a called third strike. Oh, I don't know what Watanabe was looking at, but it was right down the middle. And he's gone for out number 3, and that's going to do it here for the Lions in their half of the 4th inning. No runs in the inning. There was another base runner by the base hit by Wakabayashi. No errors and 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 3.5 innings. We're going to the bottom of the 4th. Your score is the Marines 0 and the Lions 0. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call at the bottom of the 4th when we return after this. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom of the 4th inning. It'll be the heart of the order coming up for the Marines. That means Soto, Polanco, and Sato to face the right-hander Bo Takahashi, who will begin his 4th inning of work. If Tally Soto 0 for 1 tonight. He had struck out his first time up. Average is dipped to 259 on the season with 3 homers and 12 runs batted in. Takahashi ready to go as he rocks into the windup and delivers. First pitch breaking ball, take it for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Bottom of the 4th inning here, locked at zeros, and the pitch is a fastball swung on and missed. Count now goes to 0-2 on Neftali Soto. So no balls, 2 strikes. Takahashi ready to go again and delivers a fastball that misses up and in. Back Soto off the plate. The count goes to 1-2. Crowd is not as busy as it was last night, or I should say yesterday in the daytime, as that split finger pitch misses down and the count goes to 2-2. It is the Golden Week is over and they're back to their regular piece, but they do have a lot of people in effect. Certainly the supporters crowd are jumping up and down. The stands are shaking. Here comes the 2-2 pitch to Soto. Fastball misses upstairs. It now goes to 3-2. So Takahashi, who had Soto in the hole at 0-2, has now worked his way all the way back to a full count. Here comes the 3-2 pitch. As the pitch is a fastball that misses up. That's going to be ball 4. So 0-2 to ball 4. That kind of hurts. As the leadoff batter is on with a walk, and that's going to bring up Gregory Polanco. Scoring from around the NPB, the Hawks have tied it up with the Fighters at 1. That's in the top of the 5th inning. Run in the bottom of the 4th. In the top of the 5th inning, the Carp are still leading the Tigers 1-0 at the Cochin. 0-0 here, as it is 0-0 between the Dragons and the Giants at the Vantolin Dome in Nagoya. So Gregory Polanco standing in, ready to face the first offering here from the right-hander Takahashi, who kicks and delivers a breaking ball swung on. It's popped up into foul territory over on the first base side. Giving chase is the catcher Koga. Ball's going to drift into the seats, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. As I said, curious to see if they're going to let Dykstra go back out for the 5th inning. Both of these pitchers here, it could get exciting in the 5th inning for those people who like to play the first 5. Because I have a feeling there could be some runs scored if the 2 starters come back in. So Takahashi leans in, gets the sign from his catcher Koga. He checks the runner at first. And here comes the offering to Polanco. Breaking ball swung on, grounded. Nice play by Watanabe, diving to his right to field it. He gets up and throws to second. Oh boy, the big fella with a very athletic play. He dives to his right, gets to his feet, and guns down Soto on the fielder's choice. That's going to go into the books as a 3-6 putout. Polanco is going to be safe on the back end. But that was a heck of a play by the first baseman for the Lions. And that is going to bring up the catcher, Toshiya Sato. And for Sato tonight, he is 1 for 1. He singled in the 2nd inning, but he was erased on a fielder's choice. Batting from the left side here against the right-handed throwing Takahashi. As the right-hander works to the belt. And here's the pitch. Fastball swung on, grounded foul just past the bag at first base, and the count is quickly 0-1. As I mentioned last night, if the game is tied or if they have to go to bullpens, my needle will flip over toward the Chiba Ball Club. I just don't really like the bullpen at all that the Lions have to offer. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Another fastball swung on it. Another ball grounded foul over on the first base side. The count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Sato batting from the left side in the hole here at 0-2. Takahashi getting his sign from his catcher. Checks the runner over at first. And here comes the pitch. Fastball inside, backs Sato off of the plate, and the count goes to 1-2. That's good pitching there by the right-hander. Have a 0-2 in the count. You got to think that he's probably going to go something soft away here. Said the key to success for Takahashi tonight will be to keep the walks in check. And as of this point here, he has only walked one batter, and that was the leadoff hitter here in the inning, Soto. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses down. It's now 2-2 to Sato. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Shia Sato digging in here. The crowd is urging the home team on. Got one gone here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Right-hander holds set. Here comes the pitch. Fastball swung on and lifted foul, this time down on the third baseline, and that's going to reach the seats behind just past the dugout. So 2-2 it remains here to Sato. Not sure if Dykstra is going to be coming back in or not. They flashed on him and he's got the hoodie on, but it looks like he's trying to do some exercises. Not sure what the temperature in Chiba is. Some of the players are in short sleeve shirts as that breaking ball is swung on and fouled away. Count remains at 2-2. To do a quick weather report on our end, but we do know this, it is windy. So we'll see what they have to say about Chiba. As far as the temperatures, they do say it's about 70 degrees and there are showers in the area, but nothing really sustained. They say the showers, whatever there is, will be ending around 7:30 local time, which is in the next 10 minutes or so. But certainly the wind is a problem. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on. It's lifted down the line in left field, giving chase and making the catch as the left fielder, Yuji Kaneko, and that is going to retire Sato for the second out of the inning. Anytime the ball is in the air, more so to the right side than it is the left side, could be a little bit of havoc being played, but Kaneko I thought at first he might overrun the ball. He was able to make the catch in foul territory for the second out, and that's going to bring up the third baseman, Shogo Nakamura. So 2 gone and a runner at first. Nakamura striding the plate. Polanco, the runner at first. As the right-hander works himself to the belt, here comes the pitch. Breaking ball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Shogo Nakamura. So no balls, 1 strike as the right-hander works himself set. And here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and lifted foul down the right field line, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes as the right-hander works himself set. Now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball missing outside, and the count now goes to 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Takahashi leaning in again, getting the sign from his catcher. As he steps out, does the right-handed hitting Nakamura. Now they're going to cycle through the signage again. So here comes the 1-2 as the right-hander works himself set. And the pitch is on the way. Breaking ball misses in, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nakamura here batting with 2 gone in the 4th inning. Polanco the runner at first. Takahashi ready to go again. Here comes the pitch. And it's on its way. It's a breaking ball swung on. This ball is going to be looped into center field, and it's going to get down for a base hit. And Polanco is going to throw on the brakes and stop at second base, but Nakamura's got himself another knock. His hot hitting continues as he is aboard with a 2-out single. And that is going to bring up the right fielder, Koki Yamaguchi. And for Yamaguchi, he is officially 0 for 1 as he has struck out in his only trip to the plate tonight. That was on 3 straight pitches. So let's see what he has in store for us this time. So Yamaguchi batting from the right side, hitting .212 on the year with a couple of homers and 8 RBIs. Ready to get the first offering from the right-hander Takahashi. And now he steps off the backside of the rubber, and we're going to do this all over again. As the right-hander works himself to the belt, checks the runner, and now delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike. Yamaguchi in the hole, already 0-1 here as he waits on the pitch from Bo Takahashi, who kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field, coming in hard and making the catch is the right fielder Wakabayashi, and that is going to do it here in inning number 4. Again, the Marines threaten but can't score. No clutch hits with runners aboard. No runs in the inning. There was a hit. There were no errors, and there were 2 runners left aboard. Your score as we move now to the top of the 5th inning. It is still 0-0 between the Lions and Marines. We'll be back in just a bit with all the action. Appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in a few. Welcome back, everybody. Dykstra is on for his 5th inning of work. He is going to be facing the 9, 1, and 2 hitters in the order. It'll be Yuta Koga, Yuji Kaneko, and Sosuke Agenda to face the American right-hander here in inning number 5. He has struggled with his command tonight. He has not had an easy inning as he's not been able to retire the side at all in order. He has allowed 4 hits thus far. 77 pitches so far for the American right-hander as he kicks and delivers a fastball that's taken for a called strike on the outside corner. The count is quickly 0-1. Koga batting from the right side. He walked his first time up, and he was gunned down at the plate on a fielder's choice. Breaking ball misses down, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Dykstra rocking into the windup again. Delivers a breaking ball that is in for a called strike, and the count is 1-2. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. As the right-hander rocks into the windup and delivers. Here's the pitch. Fastball missing upstairs, and the count now goes to 2-2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes to Koga. Dykstra gets his sign and he rocks into that windup. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed. And Koga is gone for the first out of the inning. And by our count, that would be the 5th strikeout here by Dykstra tonight. That'll be the top of the order in Yuji Kaneko coming to bat. Our friend Titus says that the Saitama Seibu Lions and the Giants are his favorite teams, both Tokyo-based clubs. The Lions play in that open-air dome in Saitama. It's a neat-looking park. And there is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Got a chance to see the Lions and the Fighters last year at that ballpark, and I'll tell you, it is soupy, it is hot, and the drinks are cold. There's a breaking ball that misses outside. The count is 1-1. I was saying the other night, when I go to ball games, I prefer not to really drink alcoholic beverages. I prefer to sit and watch the game and be able to enjoy it that way. I find if I'm drinking, it's kind of tough to keep the concentration. But I'll tell you, that night in Saitama, whatever they could serve that was cold, I was trying to consume, as that breaking ball is fouled away and the count is 1-2. The beer girls in particular are full on. They literally, if you want to make an order, they're literally running up and down the stairs. It's unbelievable. They got these big cooler packs on their back and of draft beer, and you can get whatever you want. So here comes the 1-2 pitch. And now instead, Kaneko has stepped out as he's asked for time. Now he's coming back into the batter's box. 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Kaneko. 1 gone here in the 5th. As the pitch is on the way, it's a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count goes to 2-2. Friend Cut is great, says, drink sake, it's better. I got a bottle of the rice wine in the fridge right now, but I have to tell you, it's not my thing. You can also drink it hot, too. Fastball swung on, grounded over to the left side, fielded by Tomosuji. Throws on the run, but it's not going to be in time. The wheels of Kaneko able to beat it out. It's going to be an infield single. Tomosuji had to come in and get it. He threw off balance. The ball was a little bit high, but it is going to be an infield hit. Nice job there by Kaneko to pull his hands inside, almost self-defense. And he is able to beat it out. That is easy for us to see. That's the second hit of the game for Kaneko. So he is aboard with the single, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, Sosuke Genda. And for Genda tonight, he is officially does not have an at-bat. He drew a walk in the 1st inning, and he had a sacrifice bunt in the 3rd. So Genda batting here against the right-hander Dykstra. And Dykstra throws over to first, and diving back easily is Kaneko. If I was putting dollars to donuts on this one here, I would probably bet that Genda's going to get himself a base hit here. I just can feel it coming. I don't know about everybody else, but I just think that Genda is going to somehow get himself a knock. As I said, Dykstra has not had an easy inning. He's had runners on every inning, but he's been able to get out of the jams. Here's the pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike. Counts 0-1 to Genda. Our friend God is Great says his birthday is on Thursday, and he has 7 bottles of sake ready to go. That's good. Maybe you want to do one every day of the week. Celebrate it as a birthday week rather than just a birthday. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Fastball misses outside, and the count now goes to 0-2 on Genda. So no balls and one ball and one strike. I got it at 0-2 in my book, but that last pitch was a ball. So sorry, guys. 1-1 here. And the pitch is a breaking ball that misses outside. Now it's 2-1 to Genda. My friend got me distracted by 7 bottles of sake, and he's telling us note 1 per hour. Until he passes out, then it'll be every 2 hours after that. Here comes the 2-1 pitch to Genda as the runner Kaneko establishes his lead. And they fire over to first base, and diving back in time as the base runner. Got to keep an eye on Kaneko because Kaneko can run a bit. He's got 3 stolen bases this year, but he, over time, has been one of those who can be able to swipe a base here and there when he needs to. Here comes the 2-1 pitch. Instead, Dykstra now steps off the backside of the rubber and will cycle through the signs again. And the 2-1 on the way. Fastball swung on and lifted foul. It's going to reach the seats behind the third base side. Count now 2-2 to Genda. The runner was on the move that time. Probably not a bad idea to try to stay out of a double play possibility. I said about Kaneko, once upon a time, he stole 53 bases in the 2016 season. He stole 41 back in 2019. I think those days are long behind him. 2-2 on the way. Fastball swung on off the glove of Dykstra over to the shortstop at second, back to first. And they say not in time. I'd like to take a look at that one on the replay. I think that one's got to be looked at for sure. As time has been called, and I don't know if they're going to come out and talk to the pitcher or if they're going to come out and maybe try to take a look at the VAR. But again, the pitching coach and the interpreter out. It's a fielder's choice. Kaneko is going to be gone 6-4 at second. Genda safe on the backside. 2 gone here in the 5th. And it's going to bring up Shuta Tonosaki to the plate, who is 1 for 2 tonight. Home plate umpire now coming out to break up the conference of these Marines. So Dykstra is going to stay in the ball game here and looking to try to get that final out of the inning. So Tonosaki, as we said, had singled and bounced into a fielder's choice. He's raised his season average to 207. Waiting on the first offering from Dykstra. It's a fastball right down the middle for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike to Tonosaki. Just as a reminder, at the end of the 5th inning, we do our halftime, or we like to call our Japanese halftime, as usually they take that extended break. There's a fastball swung on it. It's popped up down the right field line, but it's going to slice itself into the seats, and the count is 0-2. They do an extended break. They come out, they clean the field, and umpires get their drinks, and they carry on. But they do take a little longer break between inning 5 and inning 6. So here comes the 0-2 pitch as Dykstra holds set, now delivers. Breaking ball swung on and fouled off right at the plate. Count remains at 0-2. So Genda the runner at first. Genda was actually on the move on that last pitch. Interesting, they had runner in motion at 0-2. That must have been a run and hit, not so much a hit and run. So here comes the 0-2 as the right-hander holds set. Now kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on and lifted foul behind home plate, and the count remains at 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. The wind is not letting up at all. It is relentless in Chiba. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Fastball just misses a little bit low. Dykstra wanted that call. Can't say I necessarily blame him. The catcher, Sato, made a nice reception of the pitch. So 1 ball and 2 strikes is the count here to Tonosaki. As the 1-2 is ready to come. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball down. Squirts away from the catcher. But Genda is going to hang on at first base. That's going to run the count to 2-2 on Tonosaki. Hardest strike is the 3rd strike, as he's got quite the battle going on here. Right-hander leans in and he gets himself set. Dykstra ready to go again. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball misses down and away, and the count now goes to 3-2. Interesting on that last pitch. Genda was on the move. And he has stolen second base easily. Didn't even draw the throw from the catcher. So 3 balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch to Tonosaki. Kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on, popped up on the left side of the infield. This is going to be trouble. It started in fair territory, and now the third baseman, Nakamura, has come all the way to catch it in foul territory, almost at home plate. Unbelievable. That is going to retire the Lions here in the 5th inning, as they had no runs in the inning. There was 1 hit, there was no errors, and there was 1 runner left aboard. Your score, as we are now through 4.5, it is 0-0. Hang around, everybody. Lions and Marines. When we come back for the bottom of the 5th, right after this, appreciate you guys for hanging with us tonight on the Last Rounds Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be back in a few after this. Welcome back, everybody. We are moving to the bottom of the 5th inning. It is going to be the Marines coming to bat here. It'll be the 9-1-2 hitters in the batting order to face Bo Takahashi. I would think by all accounts that Dykstra's night will be done the way that they were talking to him in the dugout after that last half inning, but he was able to battle through 5 shutout innings as there's a fastball taken for a called strike. The count is 0-1 to Tomosuji. Tomosuji 0 for 1 tonight. He grounded out to third his first time up, as it is a fastball swung on and fouled straight back. And the count now goes to 0-2. As we're just over halfway through this game with no runs scored, you would have never thought that each team would have 5 hits, but they do. There's been traffic on the base paths tonight as that breaking ball misses down and the count goes to 1-2. Just nobody with any ability to drive in runs with a clutch hit or 2 up to this point. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball swung on, it has popped up into shallow left field, and this ball is going to fall in between Genda and the left fielder Kaneko. That is going to be a single here for Tomosuji. You could probably bet that the Marines' Oka will be coming up trying to bunt him over. That ball just bled in between the two fielders. As we said, the wind is creating havoc here tonight, especially on the pop-ups. That pop-up to end the inning with Nakamura, it started off that he went into foul territory, and then he had to race toward home plate to make the catch. So Oka already squaring the bunt here as he is showing it early. As they throw over to first base, and diving back in time is Tomosuji. So here comes the first pitch. As they deliver, it's fastball. It's bunted down, fielded neatly by the batter, or by the pitcher Takahashi, who throws to first. That pitch was up and in. It almost looked like it was one of those knockdown pitches that you'd throw to somebody on a suicide squeeze. We'll see that one again. It rode up and in on Oka, but he ended up getting it down, and he fell right onto his backside as he was trying to get himself out of the way, but he's able to get the sacrifice down. Tomosuji is over to second. That's going to go in the books as a 1-4 putout. And certainly there's a lot of laughter in the dugout over that one. So he's gone for out number one. That's going to bring Yudai Fujioka to the plate. And Fujioka is 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a single and 2 trips. He's also flown out to right field. As the right-hander Takahashi gets his sign from Koga, and he works to himself to the belt. The 1-0, then the first pitch on the way. It's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1. I don't think if I'm happy if I'm Fujioka. That was a pitch that was a bit up in the zone. So no balls and 1 strike. I don't know if it's a late arriving crowd, but there was a lot of pockets of emptiness at the beginning of the game. Now it looks like the crowd is filled out the stadium tonight. Fastball swung on and line foul down the left field line, and the count now is 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes. Fujioka batting here with 1 gone, runner at second. He's in the hole at 0-2. As Takahashi ready to go. And the right-hander kicks and fires a fastball that just misses off the outside corner, and the count goes to 1-2. Both pitchers tonight have pitched well enough. I say well enough to have this nothing ball game, but they did have themselves a lot of trouble. Dykstra, of course, had to wiggle out of jams in every inning except for the second. When the second inning, it was a single by Wakabayashi, but he was left in that spot. There's a fastball swung on and missed, and that is going to retire Fujioka for the second out of the inning. He is gone for out number 2. And by our count tonight, that'll be the 3rd strikeout from Takahashi. That's going to leave it up to the left fielder, Katsuya Kakanaka. Kakanaka is 1 for 2 tonight. He has a single and 2 trips. He's also grounded into a double play. And now we've got a full-on conference on the mound here as the pitching coach has come out to talk to his starter here. Also have the interpreter with him. As we said, Takahashi is from Brazil, or born in Brazil, originally Brazilian, even though he's got the Japanese heritage and name. I'm sure his Portuguese is probably better than his Japanese, one would think. So Katsuya Kakanaka stepping to the plate. He's hitting .429. And with an open base, they're going to put him on to face the first baseman, Neftali Soto. So interesting decision. So intentionally walking Kakanaka to face Soto, who is officially 0 for 1 tonight. Maybe not the worst decision because it sets you up a force at any base. but an interesting decision. I don't know if I'd necessarily want to face Soto with 2 on. He has been swinging the bat well. He's had a couple of homers in his last 4 games. So Soto is the hitter. Runner at first, Kakanaka. Runner at second is Tomosuji. And the first offering on the way is a fastball that is inside for a ball. The count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Soto. Just as we said, a reminder, after this half inning, we will do our Japanese halftime and we will take a break here. But we're back for the last 4 innings. And to bring that with you here. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Fastball swung on, lifted foul into the seats down the right field line. And the count is 1-1 to Soto. Not a lot of scoring in the other games. As we mentioned, 2-0 Carps. That's in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-1 in the bottom of the 7th between the Fighters and the Hawks. The game in the bottom of the 6th is the Dragons and the Giants. This game here is the laggard of the bunch, as we are in the bottom of the 5th. Here comes the 1-1 pitch as Takahashi kicks and fires. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep right field. Moving over and now coming hard. And this ball is going to get in and it's going to get down and it's going to get by the right fielder. 1 run is in. Wakabayashi chases it down. And that is going to be thrown to third. Soto is going to slide in safely. And he's going to knock in a pair of runs. I said it at the beginning and I stay with it. The wind is going to cause havoc here tonight. And that's exactly what has happened there. That should have been an out. And instead, it ends up being an extra base hit for Soto. He's going to knock in a pair of runs. It will be a hit because the ball was not touched on its way down to the ground. And it wasn't even close. So Wakabayashi started back, and then he had to run like crazy in toward the line. I'm not so sure I really liked the way that he went after the ball once it got by him. So 2 runs have crossed the plate here for the Marines, and they've opened up a 2-0 lead. With Soto now at third base with 2 gone, and that's going to bring Gregory Polanco to the plate. If you get a chance to go to Instagram later tonight on that one, you'll see what I'm talking about. It was just swirling around. It was Wakabayashi starting backwards, and then he had to come on a full-on sprint toward the foul line. And that ball ended up dropping in. But I think the most disturbing part was the way that he went after it got behind him. It looked like he had thrown on the brakes and went after it. And I think even that ball, letting him get behind him, if he makes the play and keeps it in front, they might have salvaged only 1 run on that. Here's the pitch to Polanco. It's a fastball missing upstairs. Count is 1-0, but I guess that's probably why they are where they are, the Lions, in last place in the Pacific League. And they are going to give that a triple to Soto, as the official scorer has made that correct. And it's a 2-run triple for Neftali Soto here in the 5th inning. That'll be an important part for the Marines, him coming alive. Troy says it feels like this game is lasting forever. This is correct. It's a 2-0 ball game. As that fastball swung on, it's lifted down the left field line. It's going to reach the seats. 1 ball and 1 strike. So this game, it should have been 0-0. If he, as I said, I could put some of the blame on Wakabayashi, the right fielder. But at the same point in time, the wind is just absolutely wreaking havoc with balls hit into the air tonight. You knew something like that was about to happen, and it just happened at the wrong time. Or unless you're a Marine fan, at the right time. There's a fastball swung on and grounded foul over on the first base side. The count now goes to 1-2 on Polanco. Unbelievable. On top of it, though, as I said, it was the way in which they went after the ball once it got behind him. And maybe even as he approached the ball to keep that ball in front, maybe only one run crosses the plate. But as soon as that ball got behind him, it was off to the races for everybody. The question was it going to be 2 or 3 for Soto as that breaking ball misses down? The count runs to 2-2 on Polanco. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Polanco waggling the bat, waiting here on the offering from the right-hander Takahashi as he gets his sign. And he has, our friend Troy says, it seems like the game's taking forever. We're almost 2 hours deep, or we're approaching 2 hours deep, and we're only in the 5th inning. As that fastball misses down, it's now 3-2. You'd think that this game would have been like a 6-5 affair with all kinds of scoring and running and everything, and it had all the markings of being a 0-0 game going to the 6th. 81 pitches now for the Lions right-hander as the count is run full to Polanco. Takahashi gets his sign from his catcher. Here comes the offering. And the 3-2 is on the way. Fastball swung on and missed. And Polanco's in the books. He's gone for the 3rd out of the inning. But there's been damage done. It was a 2-run triple off the bat of Neftali Soto, a wind-aided triple, mind you. But nevertheless, 2 runs in the inning on the benefit of 2 hits. There was no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We are now through 5 complete. Your score is the Marines 2 and the Lions no score. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit. We're going to take that extended break. We're going to put this on the loop here, and we will be back with the call at the top of the 6th when we return after this. Time to refresh our drinks, and we'll be back in a bit. Welcome back, everybody. It is the top of the sixth inning. It is going to be coming to bat Takeya Nakamura, Rusi Sato, and Gakuto Wakibayashi. And the Marines have gone to the bullpen as they're going to bring on Yuki Kuniyoshi on in relief here. And the first pitch delivered is a fastball swung on and pop foul behind home plate. And the count is quickly 0-1 to Nakamura. Nakamura tonight is 0 for 2. He's grounded into a double play and grounded to short his 2 trips to the plate. Big fella batting .202 on the season with 4 homers and 6 runs batted in. Here in the top of the 6th inning, we were saying this game has been really, really slow and lethargic tonight. See how the back half is going to pick up potentially here or not. As that pitch is a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 0-2 to Nakamura. We made our predictions for the games tonight. We do it every day on our channel, so be sure to go check it out as we give you our dailies. On the day we didn't give much information, we ended up hitting on 4 of the 5. Fastball that misses down. Count now goes to 1-2. Our picks tonight, we have picked the Marines and the Hawks. In the Pacific League, we took the Giants and the Tigers over in the Central. Right now, the Tigers are looking up at a 2-0 deficit against the Carp. Nothing Giants and the Dragons. 1-1 with the Fighters and the Hawks. And, of course, this one here now at 2-0 for the Marines. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into deep left field. This ball could be trouble. Back onto the warning track, looking up, and this ball is gone. A home run for Nakamura. It was more of a line drive as opposed to a big fly, as that ball probably would have been knocked down. But the big fella is making his trip around the bases. This is home run number 476 of his career. As Nakamura has cut into the lead, it is now a 2-1 lead here. So both of the starters are gone in this one now, and let's see how the runs go now. So that is a 2-1 lead here, and that'll bring Ryusi Sato to the plate. Just like that, one swing of the bat has cut the lead in half. Well, for Sato tonight, he was one of the ones who was pleased to see Dykstra leave. He struck out twice against the American. And the first pitch is a fastball that catches the inside corner for a called strike, and the count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike it is. As the right-hander delivers, it's a breaking ball that misses outside, and the count now goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As the right-hander kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on, popped up behind home plate, giving chases Sato. And that ball is going to just hit the netting. And that's going to run the count to 1-2. Lots of real estate here behind home plate in Chiba. Like at Escon Field, where they had made a mistake and had, unfortunately for them, the distance between home plate and the backstop is quite close. If I recall correctly, I believe the exact distance is 60 feet from the point of the plate to the nearest portion of the backstop, or at least to where the stands would be. And theirs fell a little bit short of that. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded over to third. Nakamura ranging to his left, fields it. He throws to first. And Sato was in the books as a ground out 5-3 for out number 1. I say 4-3 because Nakamura has been a long-time second baseman for the Marines. He's moved over to third base this year. So 1 of the books, that's going to bring up the right fielder, Gakuto Wakibayashi. Wakibayashi on the offensive side is 2 for 2 tonight. On the defensive side, that was the ball that ended up getting down in front of him toward the line. That helped lead to the 2 runs. As I said, if you get a chance to watch it on Instagram later on, go check out the highlights. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that misses down. I'm sure either the Pacific League or the Marines might run that as a highlight. Split finger pitch, swung on and missed. The count now runs to 1-1 on Wakabayashi. Wakabayashi batting from the right side here against the right-hander Kodiyoshi, who's ready to deliver again. The 1-1 on the way. Fastball swung on, chopped over to third. Here's another play by Nakamura, who throws on the run. That's going to retire Wakabayashi on a ground out 5-3. So 2 in the books now after the home run by Nakamura. That's going to leave it up to the center fielder, Junichiro Kishi. And for Kishi, he's 0 for 2 tonight. He's grounded to second, and he has bounced into a fielder's choice. Center fielder has seen his average slip to 220 on the year. A couple of homers and 5 RBIs. As the right-hander works himself to the set. Here's the pitch. Fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Not sure if I like the glove work by the catcher Sato sometimes, although he did get the strike call there. So no balls and 1 strike as the right-hander kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on and lifted foul into the seats down the right field line, and the count now goes to 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. The East Coasters will be getting up here soon, and I'm sure we'll be picking up a few more people into the stream tonight. Just the way that kind of works here. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Fastball misses outside, and the count goes to 1-2 on Kishi. As we said, we weren't originally going to call this game tonight when we thought, oh, you know what? We've got some time, and we're able to get a little bit of extra sleep in the daytime and be able to provide it. We just didn't expect that the top of the second inning would go sideways. With our internet taking a crash, there's a fastball swung on. It's going to be lined foul into the seats down the right field line, and the count is still going to be 1-2 to Kishi. Friend Troy says, well, glad you did it. Yeah, well, it's going to try to do some of the middle of the night games at the end of the month and into early June when the interleague play gets going. That fastball misses down and it squirts away from the catcher, keeps the count brings the count to 2-2 now to Kishi. I really wish that they would kind of rethink their interleague. I like the way that the interleague works, that they play everybody at one time. That's good. I would like to see them do a home and home because there's only 18 interleague games. That means you're playing 125 games against 5 teams. There's a fastball swung on. It's grounded up the middle, fielded to the right by the second baseman, Fujioka. He throws off a one leg, and that's going to retire Kishi on a ground out 4-3. But I got to tell you, the damage here in the inning by the designated hitter Nakamura has cut the lead to 2-1. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left the board. We are now moving to the bottom of the 6th inning, and we are going to get ourselves a pitching change. So stick around, everybody. We'll be back here in just a few as the score is now 2-1, and go get ourselves another coffee to try to keep our eyelids up and you guys entertained. We'll be right back in just a bit. Appreciate you guys for hanging with us tonight on the Last Drops Baseball YouTube channel.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Namaste. Hey, I hope you guys have been enjoying the game. My name is Hollis. I've got a YouTube channel called Another Hollis Build. I love baseball cards. I open up brand new product for you guys. I open up old stuff. I do breaks. I do auctions. All kinds of stuff concerning baseball. I'm Friars faithful, Padres to the end. I also love Garbage Pail Kids and my animals. I have a ton of animals. It's like a mini petting zoo here around my house. I also love my city. San Diego, baby. I'll take you all around the city and show you what's up. If you guys dig stuff like that, cruise on over and check it out. It's Another Hollis Build. If you dig it, subscribe. I'd really appreciate to have more follow me along on the journey. Hey, either way, you guys have a wonderful day or a beautiful, beautiful evening. No matter which one it is, make sure that you make it great, my friends. Big up Last Raps Baseball. Yeah, Freddie, let's go. One love and peace! Yes, yeah, man.
Thanks to our friend Matt Hollis. We'll be back here in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for hanging with us tonight. Your score is 2-1 for the Marines as we head to the last half of the sixth inning. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. We've got a pitching change as the Lions are going to the bullpen. It's going to be Yoshinobu Mizukami coming in relief as he will take over for Bo Takahashi. Both the starters went 5 here tonight. And they were not necessarily an easy 5, but they were able to wiggle their way out of jams. And it is now going to be the bullpen's game to win or lose here for both of these ball clubs. Well, maybe not, as Takahashi's still in line for the loss here, but as we said, it was a bit of a challenge for him tonight. It was a bit spoiled there at the end, as Soto had that 2-out triple on basically a wind-aided fly ball that should have been the third out of the inning. So here comes the first pitch delivered to Sato, and it's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 0-1. Sato, Nakamura, and Yamaguchi here to come to bat in inning number 6 to face Mizukami. As the right-hander gets his sign from his catcher and he works set to the belt. Here comes the 0-1. Fastball just misses outside, and the count now goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Two-1 Marines have the lead here, bottom half of the sixth inning. Sato waiting on the pitch here, the 1-1 on the way. As Mizukami delivers a breaking ball that misses down and in, and the count now goes to 2-1. It's always a struggle sometimes, too. I say struggle from our end, like these are first world struggles when we were doing the game. Struggle being, when things don't always necessarily go the right way, things were a little bit sideways for us. As we said, losing the internet connection, or at least the feed, not everything, right across the board. Fastball that's missing up and in, and the count goes to 3-1. Gets you tossed out of your rhythm a little bit. Sometimes that is the case. So it's 3 balls and 1 strike to Sato. Shogo Nakamura and Koki Yamaguchi, as we said, to follow here. Marines will try to regain that 2-run cushion. Here comes the pitch. Fastball misses outside. It's going to be ball 4, and Sato's going to be aboard for the second time tonight, as he's got himself a base on balls. That's going to bring up Shogo Nakamura to the plate. I'll be curious to see how the Marines are going to play this one out. Nakamura has a single and 2 trips. Sato gets himself to the base. Nakamura coming to bat here. I would not bat an eye if he is scoring the bunt in this situation. Nakamura has got a single and 2 trips tonight. He's raised his season average to 204. And he's already scoring the bunt here. No shock in our mind. They're going to try to get this lead back. Instead, the pitcher steps off the mound and feigns the throw to first base. Now, in Major League Baseball, I was going to say this. If in Major League Baseball, you get 2 picks to first base, in this situation here, it kind of makes you wonder if the step off of the fake throw is going to count as one. There's a fastball that comes inside, and it's bunted foul, and the count is quickly 0-1. When Oka went to bunt in the last inning, they came in with some high heat, and there's some more high heat coming inside to Nakamura. It literally took the bat out of his hands as he spun out of the way. Our friend Troy said he's joined the men's baseball league this year, his first time playing. since 8 years ago. I think Troy, if I'm not mistaken, is up in around Troy, Michigan. Probably around 14 Mile, if I remember correctly. Is that right, Troy? Because the baseball used to be fairly decent up in that area, a little bit further north toward Oakland Hills. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. And it's bunted down the first baseline. It's a good one, fielded by the pitcher. He throws it over to Tonosaka covering. That's going to be a sacrifice 1-4 on the putout. Sato advances to scoring position at second. So one of the books, so that'll bring up the right fielder, Koki Yamaguchi. Oakland Hills, they used to have a team called the Richter Rosens Orioles. It was a men's team, but it was like a summer type team for a lot of college guys. Got a chance to play against those guys years ago. They used to play out of Oakland University. Kind of a nice little park there. If I remember correctly, the parking lot was up by some of the school buildings. You had to go down this little ravine, well-kept diamond. Nice little place. Kind of hidden out of the way. And Oakland University, of course, is a D1 program now, but it certainly wasn't a D1 facility at the time. In terms of the way the field was kept and the way everything was looked after was D1, but not what you would expect when you see the University of Michigan or Michigan State or some of their facilities, even Eastern Michigan. Here comes the pitch. Fastball misses upstairs, and it spins Yamaguchi around for ball one. Used to like playing at Eastern Michigan University. Had a nice feel to it. Used to be an all-grass field, wooden outfield fence. Nice little stadium at O-Strike Stadium. Played at University of Michigan a number of times as well, and University of Michigan Stadium, completely different on TV today. You got a turf field there now. I don't know if it's turfed infield and outfield. Time when I played there, it used to be grass. That was, I believe, Ray Fisher Stadium was the name of the park. And at the time, it was a neat ballpark as well. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and it's a fastball taken for a called strike, and the count is 1-1. Chance to play at a number of the colleges and universities around Michigan. Played at the University of Detroit. They don't have a program anymore. Callahan Hall used to be way in deep left center field, the basketball arena. Henry Ford Community College, like playing there, surrounded by buildings and a parking lot. It's a decent park. Did not care for playing at Macomb Community College. Here's the 1-1. Fastball misses down. The count goes to 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 gone here in the 6th inning. The runner at second is Sato, with Atsuki Tomosuji waiting his turn on deck. Marines have a 2-1 lead as they cash 2 in the bottom of the 5th inning, and the Lions have come back with one of their own in the top of the 6th off the home run from Takeya Nakamura. And here comes the 2-1 pitch as the right-hander kicks and fires. There's a fastball swung on. This ball is going to be lined into right center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. And that's going to be able to get the run all the way in from second base as Sato comes across to score. An RBI single here for Yamaguchi. And the Marines have regained that 2-run lead as they have now are ahead here 3-1 in the bottom of the 6th inning. And that is going to bring up the shortstop Atsuki Tomosuji. And for Tomosuji tonight, he is a 1 for 2. He scored the first run of the ball game last inning when he was brought home on that triple bite of Tally Soto. So Tomosuji coming to bat here with Yamaguchi at first and 1 down. Marines fans are cheering wildly now. The way this game was going early on, some of the people that were in our stream earlier were calling for the under in this one. Well, now that the bullpens are showing up, I have a feeling, especially the Lions bullpen, you might want to reverse that. Here comes the first offering to Tomosuji, but instead, Mizukami steps off the back of the rubber and fakes the throw to first. With that hit his last time up, Tomosuji's raised his season average to 269. As the right-hander holds to the belt. And now he kicks and fires. There's a bunt down the third baseline. It's going to stay fair. Picking it up is the third baseman, Sato, and everybody's going to be safe. He should have tried to let it go foul. He had no chance at the runner going to first base. That's just decision-making, and poor decision-making at that. So Sato has allowed him to reach base. I'm just looking at the ball. The ball had some English on it. If he would have just let it roll foul. Oh, boy, I don't know what you're doing out there. But the Marines now have runners at first and second with one gone. It brings up the top of the order, Hiromi Oka to the plate. Oka tonight is officially 1 for 2. He's got a single and 2 trips and a sacrifice bunt. Same thing in the last half inning, that when Nakamura went to bunt, the pitch was up and in, and when Oka went to bunt, the pitch put him on his back. So here comes the first offering. It is a breaking ball missing down and away, and the count is 1-0. Marines looking to bust it open here, as our friend Troy says the under is not looking good anymore. Absolutely. Our friend Living Room Sports, who was in here earlier, I think was pounding up and down for an under in this one. Remember, fade the living room. So here comes the 1-0 pitch as the right-hander holds set. Kicks and delivers. Fastball missing upstairs, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes as Oka waits here on the offering. As we said, the game has really, really stalled. You'd like to think that in a 3-1 game, I don't think tonight, I'd have to go back and look. We've had an unconventional 1-2-3 inning. That would have been in the third inning for the Marines. But there's been pretty much runners on every single inning on the base pass. Breaking ball taken for a called strike. It's now 2-1. So I take a look at this. I think in the third inning for the Marines, it was a unconventional 1-2-3. It was a single by Oka. He was raced in a double play by Kakanaka. And the Lions have not had a 1-2-3 inning themselves. So base runners in every single inning for both of these clubs. Here comes the 2-1. As the right-hander delivers a breaking ball that misses down, it goes to 3-1. Yudai Fujioka waits his turn on deck here, with Oka looking to possibly join the teammates of Yamaguchi and Tomosuji on the base paths. Eris says his head has not been completely in the game this series so far. I don't know if he's referring to Sato. So here comes the 3-1 pitch. There's a fastball taken for a called strike. That's going to bring Oka back, as he thought that was going to be ball 4. So 3 balls and 2 strikes it is. Yeah, Eris says, yeah, I think probably 2 even at the plate. Sato tonight struck out the first 2 times. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Oka. Runners are at first and second, 1 gone here. Here comes the payoff pitch as the right-hander gets his sign from his catcher, Yuta Koga. And now he still holds and kicks and delivers. Fastball down. That was the inevitable right there. Ball 4. That's going to load the bases. That's going to bring up the second baseman, Yudai Fujioka. Advancing to third is Yamaguchi, and Tomosuji is going to advance to second. Well, where I say it was like the inevitable as they come out to have a chat with their young pitcher. Infielders all come in to make sure they're all on the same page. So 1 for 3 tonight for Fujioka, single in 3 trips. He's also struck out and flown out to right field. He's got a chance to blow this one apart. I'm not so sure if the Lions have enough firepower. If the Marines can cash in a couple of more runs here, I don't know if the Lions have got enough to be able to come back. Statistically, offensively, the Lions are struggling quite a bit. In the home run department, that's probably one where they have done all right. They're second in the Pacific League in home runs. There's a breaking ball that's inside, but Fujioka couldn't hold up, and the count is quickly 0-1. Stolen base department, they are 4th in the Pacific League. Batting average-wise, they're hitting .203 as a team. They are 29 points below the Eagles, who are hitting .232 as a group. As far as pitching is concerned, the starting pitching for the Lions is one of their highlights. You get into the bullpen, then it's a roll of the dice time. Here comes the 0-1 pitch. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into left center field, giving chase, and this ball is going to get down, and it's off the wall. Hishi picks it up. He fires it back in. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in, and that is where it's going to stop, as holding at third is going to be Oka. A 2-run double here by Fujioka has given the Marines a 5-1 lead. And the Lions are still not out of the woods yet. So 5-1 now, advantage for Chiba, and that looks like that is going to be the end of the night here for the right-hander Mizukami. His night is brief and over. He's allowed 3 runs to score, and he's still not out of the woods yet. They've got runners at second and third that are his responsibility with 1 gone. But we're going to take ourselves a little time out here because we're going to go refresh our coffee. We'll be back here in just a couple moments. Bottom of the 6th inning, 5-1 for the Marines. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight on the Last Drafts Baseball YouTube channel. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be right back after this. Got ourselves a 5-1 ball game, everybody, and a pitching change here. So stick around. We'll be back and give you all that information when we return right after this, as the Marines are doing some damage. Welcome back, everybody. It is Ichiro Tamura taking over on the mound here, And it is going to be the 3-hole hitter Kitsuya Kakanaka scheduled to come to bat. But it looks like it is going to be Takeshi Ojino coming in to pinch hit. This has been a bit of a theme, as Kakanaka doesn't seem to get a whole game. They're almost like platooning the games. Takeshi Ojino hitting .220 on the year, as he steps up here to face the right-hander Ichiro Tamura. And the first pitch is a fastball that misses up for ball one. Ojino batting from the right side. He really chokes up on the bat. Infield is in here, as they're going to try to cut down a run at the plate. It's a 4-run deficit for the Lions. Breaking ball, taken for a called strike. Count now runs even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike it is. Bottom of the 5th inning, 5-1 Marines. Bottom of the 6th inning, 5-run lead. Not only is the infield in, the outfield is shallow too, because they want to try to throw a runner out at the plate. And the pitch is a breaking ball swung on. This ball is going to be lined into center field. Going to get down for a base hit. 1 run is in, but stopping at third is going to be Fujioka. That is going to increase the scoreline to 6-1. As the Marines are starting to flex their muscles here, as they've got themselves a 5-run cushion now. And that's going to bring up the first baseman, Neftali Soto. So for those of you who are Lion fans that are listening into this one, that hurts big time here. 6-1 lead now for the Marines. And the tap does not look like it's going to shut off anytime soon. There's also scoring in the game between the Giants and the Dragons. It's 2-0 Giants in the top of the 8th inning. Carper still hanging on to a 2-0 lead against the Tigers in that one at the Cochin Stadium. So Saito stepping into the plate. He is officially 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a triple, a strikeout, and a walk. And the pitch on the way is a fastball swung on and fouled away. And the count is quickly 0-1. No balls and 1 strike. Looks like the Tigers are threatening in the bottom of the 8th inning. By my account, looks like that they've got runners at the corners with 1 gone. Or maybe a bases loaded situation now with 1 gone. So we'll see what happens here. And the pitch on the way is a fastball taken for a called strike. And now Soto finds himself in the hole at 0-2. We'll try to keep our eyes peeled on the happenings there, as the Tigers are looking to try to claw their way back into that one against the Carp. And the pitch on the way is a fastball swung on and missed, and Soto goes in the books. He's gone for the 2nd out of the inning. That's going to leave it up to Gregory Polanco. Well, for Polanco, he's 0 for 3 tonight. He has grounded to first. He has bounced into a fielder's choice, and he has struck out in his 3 trips to the plate. Batting from the left side here against the right-handed throwing Tamura. Average has dropped to 235 on the campaign. Big fella steps in ready to go. As we said, it's been a very slow pace of play here in this one. 2.5 hours, and we're only in the bottom of the 6th. Only 1 inning. It went 1-2-3, and it was an unconventional 1-2-3. So here comes the offering from Tamura as he holds set at the belt. Now delivers. Fastball misses down, and the count is 1-0. It's the 9th hitter to come to the plate for the Marines here, as they are holding that 6-1 lead. bottom half of the sixth here. We update our ticker at the end of each half inning. So 2 gone here. Runners on the corners. See if the Marines try to scratch another one across as the pitcher Tamura steps off the backside of the rubber and fakes the throw to first base. So James Dykstra, the pitcher for the Marines, will be in line for his first win of his NPB career if they can hang on here. Pitch is a fastball swung on and missed. Count goes to 1-1 on Polanco. So 1 ball and 1 strike. We'll be back on the airwaves again later in the week. We'll post up our schedule. But we're looking at the Saturday and Sunday Japan games, which will be Friday and Saturday North American time. So hopefully you guys can bounce in again. There's a fastball that misses down. Count now goes to 2-1 on Polanco. So we felt that the wind would play havoc and have some impact in this game, and it did, as the 2-run triple by Soto was wind-aided. But as far as the runs that have been scored here in the 6th inning, no wind needed. Just a little bit of shoddy defense and some timely hitting and a couple of walks, and that's a recipe for disaster. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Polanco. What I mean by shoddy defense, it was the decision really of Sato on the sacrifice bunt. But that's the way it goes. But that was in the last half inning. So here comes the 2-2 pitch as the right-hander works himself set. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a fastball that just misses off the inside corner. Oh, the Lions wanted that pitch. A little home cooking there for Gregory Polanco. Had a little bit of backdoor run. I thought it was going to run across the inside corner of the plate. So 3 balls and 2 strikes as Polanco waits here. The runners are going to be, or the runner at first will be on the move, as that is Ogino. And the 3-2 here ready to go. Kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball swung on, and it's pop foul. It's going to reach the seats over on the third base side. Can't give up on the pop flies here tonight. Even on the ones that go foul, we've seen that already here. You don't want to give up on those ones as well. So 3 balls and 2 strikes to Polanco as he's waggling the bat here against the right-handed throwing Tamura. Now he asks for time and steps out of the box. We're going to do this all over again. Here comes the 3-2 offering. Right-hander works himself to the set position. Now he kicks and delivers. Fastball swung on and missed. Polanco's in the books. He's gone for the 3rd out of the inning, and it's going to mercifully come to the end here for the Lions. Marines put 4 runs on the board on the benefit of 4 hits. There were no errors, and there were 2 runners left aboard. Your score as we're moving to the 7th inning, it is the Marines 6 and the Lions with only 1 score. We'll be back in just a bit, everybody. Appreciate you guys for bouncing in here with us tonight on the Last Drafts Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be the 8, 9, and 1 hitters to come to bat here for the Lions in their half of the 7th inning, as we're going to be starting the back third of the innings here in just a moment. Kento Watanabe, Yuta Koga, and the top of the order, Yuji Kaneko, to come to bat. As we are anticipating a potential other pitching change here. But we'll wait and see if that is the case. Looks like there could be some movement around, as we do have a new left fielder. It's Ogino, who had come into bat in the last half inning. He is going to be replacing the left fielder Kakanaka. James Dykstra, the starter tonight, went 5 innings. Had to do his best Houdini impersonations, but was able to get himself out of the jams. He'll be in line for his first NPB win here. In some ways, he reminds me of the right-handed Dietrich Enz, who was pitching with the Lions last year. Enzo often had some struggles to try to get himself out of innings, as the first pitch is a fastball swung on and fouled away. We have a reliever in here. It is going to be looks like Daiki Iwashita on the hill. Just have to confirm that, and that's exactly who it is. The right-hander here ahead in the count here to Watanabe, 0-1, as the first pitch was fouled away. There's a breaking ball that misses down and away, and the count is 1-0 to Watanabe. Third pitcher used tonight by the Marines. As Iwashita ready to go again here. Here comes the 1-1. As the right-hander delivers a fastball swung on, this ball is lifted into shallow left field, coming in hard and making the catch is the left fielder Ogino. Watanabe is going to be gone for the first out of the inning. So 1 gone here for the Lions. That's going to bring up the catcher Yuta Koga. We're keeping an eye on that game over in between the Carp and the Tigers. Latest update we had was in the bottom of the 8th inning. The bases were loaded and Sato had struck out. It looks like Morishita had grounded out, so they had the big boppers coming up. It made a pitching change as Shimauchi had come in for the Carp. Fastball misses down and away, and the count is 1-0. So they had a golden opportunity to get that game tied up, but it doesn't look like that is the case, as they are moving to the top of the 9th inning in that one. Here's the pitch from Iwashita. It's a fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field, coming in hard, and making the catch over there is the right fielder Yamaguchi. And so just like that, we've got 2 quick outs here in the 7th inning. That's going to bring up the top of the order in Yuji Kaneko. So Iwashita has been very efficient so far in the first 2 batters he's faced. He's only thrown 5 pitches. So Kaneko standing at the plate. He has been one of the hotter hitters tonight for the Lions. He's got 2 of the 6 Lion hits. Both have been singles. There's a fastball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. Our friend Troy earlier was commenting about how good the defense is or has been. Our friend Baseball Lover in the house says, love waking up and seeing this score line. Yeah, we didn't actually announce we were going to do this game until later in the day. And there's a fastball swung on his line right to the first baseman, and it is knocked down, and then he picks it up and steps on the bag. Neftali Soto was the first baseman to begin tonight. That looks like it's Kenta Chitani now in there. But that is going to be we'll call that a ground out to 3 or whatever that might be. It was a line drive knocked down. I think they're going to rule it as that. Be interesting to see how they would do it. He didn't catch the ball, but he's gone for out number 3 as Kaneko, and that is going to do it here for the Lions in their half of the 7th. They go in order. That's the first time tonight we've had it conventionally go in order 1, 2, 3. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left the board. Moving to the bottom half of the 7th inning with your score, the Marines 6 and the Lions 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with the call in just a couple moments. We appreciate you guys for listening in here tonight on the Last Drafts Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be back here in just a few. We've got ourselves a 6-1 ball game as the Marines had erupted for 4 runs in their half of the 6th inning. We'll be back in just a few, everybody. Appreciate you for jumping in with us on this early morning on the East Coast. Or if you're up really, really late on the West Coast, we'll be back in just a few right after this. Welcome back, everybody. We do have a pitching change. It's going to be Katsunari Harai, who is coming into the game. Shinya Hasegawa is going to go into center field now, as he will take over there. So Harai is just completing his warm-up tosses, as we'll be ready to get this one going here in just a couple moments. And he'll be facing Toshiya Sato, Shogo Nakamura, and Koki Yamaguchi. That'll be the 6, 7, and 8 batters in the batting order. So Sato officially 1 for 2 tonight. He's drawn a walk and scored a run in his 3 trips to the plate. As the right-hander Harai ready to go here. And the first offering on the way is a fastball that misses down and in, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes to Sato. Right-hander works himself to the belt, and here comes the 1-0 offering. Another fastball that misses down and in, and the count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. With a win tonight, the Marines will go over a 1 game above 500. It is a logjam that is going on in the Pacific League. The top 2 teams, the Hawks and the Fighters, battling it out tonight. Fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Sato. That game locked up at 1s as they were in the 9th inning. Looks like they are now in the top of the 10th. Fastball taken for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-2 on Sato. Top of the 10th inning, and it was 2 up and 2 down so far for the Fighters. And now time has been called at the plate as Sato has stepped out. A little extra wind going on over there. Looks like it's picking up again. The jerseys of the players you can really see are ripping around. So here comes the 2-1 offering as the right-hander works himself set. And now he kicks and delivers. It's a breaking ball, waved at and missed. Sato's in the books. He's gone for out number 1. And that is going to bring up Shogo Nakamura to the plate. Nakamura is officially 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a single and 2 trips, and he has a sacrifice bunt. 6-1 lead here for the Marines in the 7th inning. Got themselves a nice cushion here right now. It's going to be tough for the Lions to battle back. There's a breaking ball taken for a called strike. Count is 0-1 to Nakamura. There's another breaking ball delivered, and that one misses well off the plate. Count goes to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. As the right-hander Harai works himself set. Now he kicks and fires. Fastball swung on, grounded foul over on the third base side. The count now is 1-2. So 1-2 as the right-hander ready to go again. He works himself set to the belt. Now here comes the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and fouled away, and the count remains at 1-2. So 1-2. Harai ready to deliver again as he works himself set. And now he kicks and fires. There's a fastball swung on it, is looped into shallow right field. Moving back on it is the second baseman Tonosaki, but he's going to give way as the right fielder Wakabayashi is able to haul that one in for the second out of the inning. So 2 up and 2 away, and it's going to leave it up to the right fielder Koki Yamaguchi. It was Yamaguchi's base hit to right field that brought home Toshiya Sato in the last half inning. That got the ball really rolling for the Marines. He later came around and scored himself, as it is a 6-1 lead here for the Marines. And the right-hander Harai kicks and delivers. It's a fastball taken for a called strike. Count is no balls and 1 strike. Now Yamaguchi has asked for time. He steps out, and they usually always acknowledge the pitcher when they step out, then they're not quite ready yet. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball swung on and missed, and the count now goes to 0-2. So no balls and 2 strikes it is. That pitch was waved at by the right-handed hitting Yamaguchi. So here comes the 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball swung on. This ball is lifted into shallow center field, coming hard and making the catch is the center fielder. And as we said, that was a change in center field. I believe it's Hasegawa now who is there. We haven't updated our own scoring. That is Shinya Hasegawa making the catch, and that is going to do it for out number 3 here in the 7th inning. Well, the Marines go quietly here. Finally, a 1-2-3 inning on their end. There was no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left the board. We're now through 7 complete. Your score is the Marines 6 and the Lions 1. Stick around, everybody. The 8th inning is just around the corner. We appreciate you guys for jumping in with us tonight. Glad you can make it in on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. The pitching parade is going to continue here as the Marines are going to the bullpen again. It is going to be the 4th pitcher used on the evening as number 66, Keisuke Sawada, is coming into the ballgame. So Sawada is coming on in relief of Daiki Iwashita, who was very efficient in his only inning of work. Iwashita came out and threw exactly 7 pitches to get out of that last half inning. He did his part to pick up the pace of play here, and now it'll be Sawada's opportunity to do the same. As we keep our eyes on that out-of-town scoreboard, and the first pitch offered here to the left-handed hitting Sosuke Genda is a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count is 0-1. Out of town scoreboard in the Central League, bottom of the ninth inning, the Carp are still holding on to that 2-0 lead against the Tigers at the Cochin. Bottom of the ninth inning, the Dragons are looking up at a 2-0 deficit to the Giants. It is in extra innings in Fukuoka. It's a 1-1 game between the Hawks and the Fighters as that fastball swung on and fouled away. It's now 0-2 to Genda. So no balls and 2 strikes as the right-hander Sawada ready to go again. Here comes the pitch. Kicks and fires. Fastball swung on. Grounded over to the right side. Fielded by the second baseman Fujioka, who throws to first. And that is going to retire Genda on a ground out 4-3. He's in the books for out number 1, and that's going to bring up the second baseman, Shuta Tonosaki. It is Kencha Chitani who is in at first base. We weren't sure. It was number 67, and I had to go back and look that up. He had come in for Soto. The only question will be is he going to bat in Soto's place in the lineup? So running out of outs are the Lions. They've got 5 outs left in this game as Tonosaki bats here with 1 gone, and it'll be the right-handed hitting second baseman of the Lions at the plate. And the fastball that misses up and away, and the count is 1-0. So 1 ball and no strikes. Appreciate everybody for jumping in here late this morning. Or early this morning, if you're on the East Coast. Fastball swung on. This is going to be lined into center field. It's going to get down for a base hit. And Tonosaki's aboard with a 1-out single, and that is going to bring up the designated hitter, Takia Nakamura. This was a late addition to our schedule here as we are bringing this game to you guys tonight. Thank everybody for popping in here, whether you're listening on YouTube or on Twitch. It's great to have you guys with us. So Nakamura striding to the plate. He is 1 for 3 tonight. And that 1 hit has been a home run. It was his 476th of his career. He's also grounded into a double play and grounded to short. As there's a fastball swung on it, is going to be pop foul behind home plate. The count is quickly 0-1 to Nakamura. So no balls and 1 strike it is. Nakamura will be followed by Ryusi Sato in this inning here, should he be able to reach safely. There's a breaking ball down in the dirt. Nice stop there by Sato as it squirts away. Count goes even to 1-1. We're talking a little bit earlier about the big fella Nakamura. And he is at this point in his career, in the twilight of his career, but he's still productive. And here comes the 1-1 pitch. Fastball swung on, and this is going to be lifted foul down the right field line, but looks like it's going to slice into the seats, and it will. 1 ball and 2 strikes. School Faint says he's increased our viewers. He used Livestream.org. Fireworks really climbed up your stream a lot. You can try it. Well, we appreciate you for doing it. That's on Twitch. Wondered where all these people were coming from. We're glad you guys could make it in as we're calling the game between the Marines and the Lions. We don't put a whole lot of effort into Twitch, I have to admit. Although we do have followers there as that fastball is swung on and missed. And Nakamura goes in the books for the 2nd out of the inning. We appreciate that, School Faint, for doing that. Our main gig is on YouTube, and that is where we spend most of our time. And as I said, Twitch is something that we also dual stream on, but it's not something that we have really focused on at this point. Still really working on the YouTube portion of things. So Sawada ready to go again. He kicks and fires. It's a breaking ball that misses down and away to Ryusi Sato. Sato is 0 for 3 tonight. He has struck out twice, and he has grounded out. His 3 trips to the plate. 21 for 90 on the season for Sato. Right-hander Sawada works himself to the belt. And here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. The count now goes even to 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Sawada leans in. He checks the runner at first as he works himself to the belt. Now here comes the 1-1 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. The count now goes to 1-2 on Sato. So if you're still sticking around and listening to us on Twitch, don't forget to jump over to YouTube and hit the subscribe button. We'd love to have you over here as well. As we said, that is our bread and butter. You'll know when we're on the airwaves at all times there. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. As the right-hander Sawada works set. It's a fastball that misses outside, and the count goes to 2-2 on Sato. Japanese baseball on the Last Rouse Baseball YouTube channel. We provide games, at least a couple each week, sometimes more. Odd time a little bit less. As the 2-2 pitch is ready to be delivered here. It's on its way. Fastball swung on. This ball is lifted into right field. And right center field, and moving over and making the catch is the center fielder Oka. As Sato is going to be retired for the 3rd out of the inning. And that is going to do it here. No runs in the inning. There was a hit, no errors, and 1 runner left aboard. We're moving to the bottom of the 8th inning. Your score is the Marines 6 and the Lions 1. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a bit. Appreciate you guys for hanging in here with us tonight. And just like that, the Twitch people are gone. Well, it was fun while it lasted, but we're glad the people from Twitch jumped in. And now it looks like most of them have hit the road. We'll be back in just a few, everybody. Marines coming to bat in just a bit. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the bottom of the 8th inning. We appreciate you guys for being here. We're glad you guys could be listening in. And we'll be back in just a bit with all the action. It is a 6-1 game for the Marines. Thanks for popping in with us tonight. We'll be back in just a few. Welcome back, everybody. It is going to be the bottom half of the 8th inning. It'll be Tomosuji, Oka, and Fujioka to come to bat here, the 9, 1, and 2 hitters. We assume that the Lions are going to be doing yet another trip to the bullpen. We're just waiting on that. It was a Katsunori Hirai who was in the last half inning. We'll see if they're going to be making the change or if they'll leave him in for one more tour, but I would hazard a guess his night will be over. This is where the games tend to drag a little bit, is when the bullpens are being used. And the Marines like to drive in their relievers or the other team's relievers with the benefit of a vehicle. And it is going to be a pitching change, as we are going to have Keisuke Honda on the mound, as he is going to be taking over here for the Lions in the 8th inning. So he'll be the 5th pitcher used tonight. And unless a miracle happens in the top of the 9th inning, he will probably be the last pitcher used tonight by the Lions. So it's Suki Tomosuji at the plate, the 9-hole hitter. And the first offering is a fastball that just misses upstairs. The count is 1-0. For Tomosuji tonight, he has 2 hits in 3 trips to the plate. He's got a couple of singles. He's also scored a pair of runs. So here comes the 1-0 offering. It's a fastball taken at the knees for called strike. And the count is 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Right-hander Honda ready to go again as the 1-1 is on the way. And it's a breaking ball swung on, grounded up the middle. Fielded by the second baseman, Tonosaki, but he's not going to deliver the throw to first. I'm not sure if they would have had him anyways. It looked like he had tried to struggle to get the ball out of the glove, but the ball was slowed down as it hit the pitcher's glove. It was deflected by Honda, and then moving to his right was Tonosaki. It maybe looked like it changed how he had to get the ball and just threw his rhythm out of the way. We'll give him a base hit on that one. I'd be shocked if it was anything other than. So Tomosuji, the runner at first, is going to bring the catcher Koga out to the mound to have a couple of words with his pitcher Honda, probably telling him just go right after the hitter. It's a 6-1 ball game. I don't think this guy's going to be stealing on you. Lions down by 5 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And ironically, as so slow as this one was, the other games we are catching up to. Final scores in the Central League: 2-0 Giants beat the Dragons. Carp beat the Tigers 2-0 tonight. Breaking ball misses up here to Oka, and the count is quickly 1-0. Oka 1 for 2 in this one. He's also had a sack, bunt, and a walk. He's scored a run as well. Batting here with a 5-run lead. As the right-hander gets his sign from Koga. And now he's ready to deliver. Here comes the pitch. And now Honda steps off the backside of the rubber, and I have to wait for that one. Attendance tonight in this one, 25,956. Showed up to watch this event in person. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, it's a split finger pitch swung on and missed, and now the count goes even at 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike. Runner at first is Tomosuji. Nobody out here in the 8th inning. Another game is in the top of the 11th inning at the PayPay Dome, as the Fighters and Hawks are embroiled in a 1-1 battle. And here comes the pitch. It's a fastball that misses down. The ball kind of squirts away from Koga, and the count now goes to 2-1. Certainly in this situation, you're not getting the best relievers from the Lions. They're not guys that are out there to protect leads. They're there to keep the Marines at bay. So 2 balls and 1 strike. As Oka's waggling the bat here. Ready on the offering here from the right-hander Honda. Pitch on the way. Fastball misses down. It's now 3-1. When I think of players, we were talking the other night about the players of the Lions losing players, whether it be through free agency, domestically, internationally, the trades they make, not getting the returns for what they serve up in some ways. Otaka Yamakawa hit his 9th home run tonight for the Lions. So the former batting champion of the Pacific League, playing for the Fukuoka Ball Club now, smashes number 9. That's pretty impressive. There's a fastball that catches the outside corner. It's now 3-2. Oka started his way to first base, but the right hand of the umpire, home plate umpire, brought him back. So full count now here to Oka. Runner at first is Tomosuji. as Yudai Fujioka is waiting his turn on deck. Here comes the 3-2. And the pitch on the way, it's a fastball swung on, is chopped over to third. Nakamura fields it. His only play is going to be to first. It's going to go down as a ground out 5-3. Advancing over to second is Tomosuji, and that is going to bring up the second baseman, Yudai Fujioka. And for Fujioka, he is officially 2 for 4 tonight. He had a double his last time up, knocking in a pair of Marines. He had a single in the first. He's also struck out and flown out. So batting from the left side here against the right-handed throwing Honda. 6-1 Marines in the lead here, bottom of the 8th inning. There's one gone. Here comes the offering now here from the right-hander Honda as he works himself to the set. And the pitch on the way, it's a breaking ball that misses down, and the count is 1-0. I have to tell you just how long Honda takes in between pitches. Talk about tempo and pace and having guys working a little bit quicker. Well, I would have to say that with Honda here, we got to pick up the tempo and the pace a bit. Working at a very methodical, slow pace. Now he works to the set position. Here comes the offering. Pitch on the way. Fastball misses upstairs. The count goes to 2-0. So we got the stopwatch on Honda. As soon as the ball comes back to him, we put the clock on him. Usually you like your pitchers to work around 15 seconds per. He is definitely exceeding that. Already we're into the 23-second mark. We'll put the clock and we'll stop it once the releases the pitch. There's a fastball swung on and fouled away, and the count now goes to 2-1 on Fujioka. That was 33 seconds between pitches. I say between pitches, 33 seconds between the time he gets the ball from the catcher and delivers his pitch. Way too slow. As I said, you like to have pitchers work at about the 15-second rate. Honda would be the poster child for the pitch clock or shot clock or whatever Rob Manfred has concocted in Major League Baseball. So 2 balls and 1 strike as the right-hander ready to go again. And Honda kicks and fires. Fastball misses down. It's now 3-1. So anytime it's a half a minute plus between pitches, he gets the ball back and then he goes and he takes a step behind the mound. He stares out toward the middle infielders, gives them a nod. Then he gets back over to the rubber. And as we said, you can just see that the pace is so slow. He used to be a pitcher for the Mets and the Orioles. Not sure who else he was with. His name was Steve Traxel, and I think they referred to him as the human rain delay. So if you ever saw he was pitching on a day that you were going to the game, you might want to change your mind or your ticket. Fastball swung on and fouled away. It's now 3-2 to Fujioka. And Traxel at time had some decent years. Wasn't a front line guy, but he was an innings eater and he could perform and he could play. So here comes the 3-2 pitch. I think Traxel was also with the Cubs as well. Fastball taken for a call, third strike. Oh, Fujioka, I don't know what you're looking at. He does a 180 and he walks back to the dugout. He's gone for the second out of the inning. That's going to leave it up to Takashi Ogino. Well, for Ogino, he came in to replace Kitsuya Kakanaka back in the 6th inning. He is 1 for 1 tonight. And he had driven a run in his only at bat as well. So he strides to the plate here. I was talking about Steve Traxel. He had a 16-year big league career. He won 143 games, lost 159. Pretty impressive. As the right-hander kicks and delivers, there's a fastball that misses outside. Counts 1-0 to Ogino. So 1 ball and no strikes as the right-hander again ready to go back to work. Honda ready to deliver. Here comes the pitch. As he throws a fastball, that misses outside. The count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes. Bottom of the 8th inning. 6-1 here for the Marines over the Lions. And again, Honda ready to go again. And the pitch on the way is a fastball swung on, grounded over to second. Ranging into the 4-hole is Tonosaki. Fields it and throws to first. And Ogino is in the books on a ground out 4-3. And that is going to do it here in the 8th inning for the Marines. Well, they had no runs in the inning. There was the hit by Tomosuji. There was no errors and 1 runner left aboard. We're moving to the top of the 9th inning. Your score is the Marines 6 and the Lions 1. Hang tight, everybody. We'll be back in just a few. We expect another pitching change. We'll see what that is when we get back in just a minute. I'll be right back, everybody. Thanks again for listening in. Welcome back, everybody. It's going to be a lefty. This is going to be Toshiya Nakamura coming in to be the 5th pitcher used tonight by the Marines. As he will take over. It looks like they do have change in the outfield as well. Looks like Wada is coming in into center field. Usually if that's the case, that will mean that Oka will move over to right, but we don't have that confirmed yet unless he's a straight up switch with Ogino or with Oka. So we'll see how that works in a moment. So it is going to be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters slated to come to bat. Wakabayashi, Kishi, and Watanabe to face the left-hander here in the 9th inning. And it looks like it is Ogawa has moved into second base to replace the second baseman Yudai Fujioka. So that's the other change that we have to make note of here as well. American right-hander James Dykstra in line for his first win in the NPB. 5 innings of shutout ball. A little bit of a difficult ride here tonight, as he had runners aboard in every inning. And the first pitch is a fastball that swung through and missed, and the count is quickly 0-1 to Wakabayashi. Wakabayashi 2 for 3 tonight, has raised his season average up to 149. As the pitch is on the way, it's a fastball that misses outside, and the count is 1-1. His route to the ball in that 5th inning was the cause of the triple by Soto. I also have to tip your hat to Soto running hard out of the box. He didn't just pull up at second base. He was running hard all the way. There was a fastball swung on this ball, belted to deep right field. Moving back to the warning track and making the catch is Yamaguchi, and Wakabayashi is going to be gone for the first out of the inning. So one gone here, and that's going to bring up the center fielder, Junichiro Kishi. It's slated to bring him up, but I think it's going to be Hasegawa coming to bat here in replace of the starter. And we'll do a double check on that when he comes to the plate. So it is Junichiro Kishi coming to bat. He's now the left fielder. So Hasegawa had replaced one of the others. We didn't make the note. He must have replaced Yuji Kaneko because Kaneko started in left field. So the first pitch to Kishi is a breaking ball that misses up, and the count is 1-0. And the offering is another fastball that misses outside. The count now goes to 2-0. So 2 balls and no strikes to Junichiro Kishi. And the pitch is a fastball swung on and missed. And now we go to 2-1. Kento Watanabe waiting on deck as the Lions are down to their final 2 outs here in this one. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball waved at and missed. The count now goes to 2-2 on Kishi. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. We're here in the top of the 9th inning. Marines with a 6-1 lead over the Lions, as they had a 4-run uprising in their half of the 6th inning, and there's a fastball swung on and missed, and Kishi goes in the books. He's gone for the second out of the inning. That is slated to bring up the first baseman, Kento Watanabe. And for Watanabe, he is 0 for 3 officially tonight in this one. He has struck out twice, and he has flown out to left. Here's the pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. The count is quickly 0-1. So no balls and 1 strike as the lefty works himself set again. And here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses down, and the count goes even to 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike. The lefty kicks and delivers. It's a fastball missing down, and the count now goes to 2-1. So 2 balls and 1 strike to Kento Watanabe. Once this game is done, we'll wrap it up for you. Go through the out-of-town scoreboards as that fastball swung on and missed 2-2 to Watanabe. Then we'll call it a night, and we'll see you later on the weekend here as we will look at the games and pop up our schedule accordingly. We are not 100% sure who we are going to be peeking in at this weekend, but once we figure that out, we will make the announcements. Fastball swung on and pop foul behind home plate, and the count remains at 2-2, but I can probably guarantee you this, it's not going to be a game that's going to include the Lions. Be hard-pressed to watch these guys here for a bit until they start showing that they can play a little bit better baseball at this level. They are in last place for a reason, and I think it's going to be a long year in Saitama. Breaking ball, waved at and missed, and Watanabe goes down. He's got the golden sombrero tonight. He's gone for the 3rd out of the inning, and that will do it here. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left aboard. Your final score, a 6-1 victory for the Marines. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back in just a few to wrap this one up for you. Appreciate you guys for hanging out with us tonight on the Last Raps Baseball YouTube channel. We'll be right back after this. Welcome back, everybody. It was all the scoring came after the fifth inning tonight in this one. The Marines opened up the scoring with a leadoff single in the bottom of the fifth by Atsuki Tomosuji. He was sacrificed to second by Hiromi Oka, and after a strikeout by Yudai Fujioka, it was Katsuya Kakanaka was intentionally walked. And then up stepped Neftali Soto, and he hit a wind-aided triple into right field that ended up falling in, and that ended up cashing in the first 2 runs of the ball game for the Marines. The Lions responded in the top of the 6th inning when the right-handed hitting Takeya Nakamura deposited a solo shot into the left field seats, his 476th home run of his NPB career. And that made the scoreline 2-1. And then the Marines came back in the bottom of the 6th. They put 4 runs on the board. A leadoff walk to Sato. He was sacrificed to second. An RBI single by Koki Yamaguchi made the scoreline 3-1. Then Atsuki Tomosuji singled. And then it was a walk to Hiromi Oka, which then loaded the bases. Up stepped Yudai Fujioka, and he delivered a 2-run double to make the score 5-1. And then it was Takashi Ojino coming in to pinch hit for Kakanaka, and he delivered a single, and that made the score line 6-1, and that is where it ended. The win tonight is going to go to James Dykstra. He's going to pick up his first win of his NPB career. The loss is going to get hung on Bo Takahashi. He's going to go to 1-2 on the season. And again, your final score was the Marines 6 and the Lions 1. If we look at the out-of-town scoreboard, before we jump off the airwaves with you here, finals from the Central League. The Giants knocked off the Dragons 2-0. It was a 2-0 final in the game between the Carp and the Tigers. And currently in the bottom of the 11th inning at the PayPay Dome, the Fighters and the Hawks are all locked up at 1s. And it looks like that inning is possibly not quite over. It looks like it's a runner at first and 2 gone. And not one there. All right, everybody. Well, once again, we appreciate guys jumping in and listening tonight. Our friend Troy said, what a long game. Thank you very much for being here. Baseball lover, Eris, School Faint on Twitch. And not to mention our friend Titus, Living Room. Our friend Baseball Lover 1984, and Nick Garandice. Everybody else who popped in, we appreciate you guys for listening tonight. Have a great night, everybody. We will catch you again on the flip side.